Welcome to Channel Divinity, the only show where a bunch of less than desirables play Dungeons and Dragons and drink copious amounts of cider. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
I think we can have an extra because this is a milestone episode.
25,
this is episode 25, baby.
Not quite sure where that came from. Yes. Episode 25, we managed to make it this long. Some of us, anyway.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, well...
We'll watch for the rest of the episode to see if this is the last one. Because it could be.
Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that Rachel is still dead.
Rachel is not dead. Amaryllis is dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've still got to add this. Her character is dead.
This just
Sometimes we hear her haunting
just
voice,
the character.
but her character is dead.
The death is gradually exaggerated.
And don't forget, you can like and subscribe to Channel Divinity to stay in the loop of what's going on. Now that we hit 25, there's plenty more to go, I'm sure. Or we restart the campaign after tonight, depending how bad it goes.
Yeah. It's either TPK or we get on our way.
And next week we'll have a brand new cast.
Yeah. and the more money you give us, the better equipment we can get, like a teleprompter to go by Chris, so you can actually read his lines.
We'll be replaced by AI next time. So
let's just invest in AI. AI will make D&D.
Yeah, AI. We're just gonna get a screen grab.
Yeah, I won't even need to be here. We can just use AI to actually create me. It'll be great.
I'm not real.
Yeah, can't wait.
I've been AI the whole entire time.
Can't wait for them to take it over. I'm so sick of working. And all these Amazon purchases, everyone's like, "Why are you buying bats with nails in them?" And I'm like, computers, baby.
You're buying bats with nails in them when it's so much cheaper to buy a bat and put the nails in them.
The thing is, then you get someone out of a job. So I'm doing this for the economy. It's people like you that have the sickle and the hammer on their back, and they're just like, no. We take the jobs from the people.
It's bad
This
business.
conversation got really weird.
Right, now we're off of communism. Let's get back on the show.
This is a political broadcast for the David Party.
Yeah, exactly.
So, now that we've got that off our chest, David.
Everyone lean under your seats and take the MDMA.
Is this because
We have MDMA?
I've taken mine already, that's why I'm sweating so much.
Shall we dive straight into it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
all right. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's play Channel Divinity. Welcome back to Channel Divinity, and we're already happy to be back here and playing Dungeons and Dragons because that's what we do in this show. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an actual play show, and it wouldn't make any sense what we're doing here right now.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you need a mower?
He took his MDMA as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No.
Like,
Before we carry on, I don't know where we are tonight. It's 25 episodes. I'm retiring after tonight, and
Please, loyal viewers, send us your money so that we can sort out Chris.
He's had a bit of a malfunction.
He needs repairs. He's broken.
We need to get him some RAM.
That would be nice. That would help a lot. Before we begin properly, continue properly.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that line right at some point.
It's going great.
We need an announcement from Chris.
What? We just want to say a massive thank you to our current sponsors, Pitter Patter Emporium. You can go to their Etsy channel and get your custom 3D printed miniatures for your D&D campaigns or any other of your tabletop games. And because you awesome people watch Channel Divinity, you can use the code ChanDev10 to get 10% off your order. Pitter Patter Emporium. Legends.
Boom!
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Chrissy.
Anytime.
Okay, well, where did we get to, gang?
Well, we had a character die. We embalmed them. We then found out that
A lovely funeral.
Yeah,
It's a lovely service.
Then we found out that there was 4 people lurking behind us, and me and Jono went on a little bit of a wander to see what they were
Recon
like. A
mission,
little bit of recon. Thought, we'd go beat them up, take their stuff. Turns out they were going to murder us. So they had...
But they don't know that we know that they know that we don't know that they don't know,
Yeah.
so it's fun.
But
I don't know.
We found a wizard that knows that we know that they know that we know that they're there. So he knows that we know that they're there, that we know that he's there, but we're there, but he's...
Yes.
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 So,
It all makes sense.
Where
so
am I?
he's coming with us. Wasn't really a choice on his part. Added.
Get in the van.
Get in the van. So he's coming with us, and so we've got a problem behind to deal with, a problem in front to deal with, and we might have a problem in the middle. So
It's me.
all's going
I'm
on.
and that's what we're up to.
Either way,
take
it's
your
all
bets now.
coming
Where
out
does it
on
go
one
wrong?
end somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
We found the big creepy tree that Spider Lady
Cillabella,
kept us.
yeah.
Were you eating the same stuff Chris is eating?
Yeah.
Has everyone just been gnawing on some peanut butter or something?
What did you put in those molds?
It's like how they used to film PG tips. Like it's literally just like you'll smear.
Mr. Ed in the fucking horse's mouth.
They used to smear peanut butter in the top of the monkey's mouth, so they were going. That's why they look like they're talking.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Ed, the horse. Talking horse.
Right. It wasn't that. It was nothing to do with that. It was that we were talking about where we got up to. And then suddenly we were talking about peanut butter. And I was just like, how did we...
Chris, we're having an organic conversation.
This show, it's literally like tangent on tangent, man. It's the only thing that keeps them interesting.
yeah.
We are the masters of the tangent.
Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? Right, back on the show. Let him do his bit.
So yeah,
I've got no bit to do. This was about where did we get up to.
You've definitely got a bit to do.
We're looking at a creepy tree, you bastard.
Yeah.
We've seen the creepy tree.
We're
in the
up to
wagon.
the creepy
We're having a
tree.
laugh.
Now Chris is going to read his bit.
I've got no bit to read.
Chris is going to make up a bit.
I've got literally, this is just blank paper. All of this is blank paper.
It always has
I
been.
never got this far. I'm planning.
Yeah, somehow we're all alive still.
It's just question marks like, why aren't they all dead?
It says on paper, kill.
The last
Oh,
encounter
my
should
God.
have killed them. That's what Right, well, let's jump straight back in to the episode because I can't speak tonight. And this is going to be a really fun session, so buckle up, guys.
Enjoy, everyone.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, great. You stand at the pinnacle of the creepy tree that you found, that you were directed by Cillabella to head towards. You've had a pretty... Why are you looking like that? I'm trying to set the mood here.
Well, you said pinnacles, so I assumed
I know.
top.
Well, I fucked up, and I was trying to just pretend that didn't happen.
Precipice is the word
We're
you're
right.
looking for.
Let's let
Precipice,
Chris do it
thanks.
again. We're stood in front of the tree.
Everyone stood in front of a tree.
There's a big old tree there.
He drinks. He drinks.
David, are you okay? It's okay. This is a safe place. We'll just judge you later.
Standing not far away from the foot of the tree, the one that Cillabella had told you to find, the tree with the fork in the branches. You've had quite the journey, quite the tragedy. But this is the first sign that you're actually on the right path.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, she said this was the gateway, didn't she?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
so is this?
Because there is a fork in the road, isn't
Yeah.
there? Behind this tree.
There's no fork in the road.
It literally is this tree, and the tree is the entrance
We'll show
to
the
this
way.
thing.
So
Yeah.
the tree is literally like what you've got in front of you is like kind of a rocky crevice. There's no way to go any further forward.
So this is the place.
But you were told to find the tree.
And it will...
A dawn?
Yeah, it will make its door known.
Okay.
As the sun rises.
So she said.
Right, so what time are we at on the old pocket watch?
At the moment, you were travelling into late afternoon, so this would be early evening at the moment.
Okay,
So we've got time to sort ourselves out.
Sort ourselves out, set up where we're going to put the sound striders, sort of like pack up, ready to go for the morning.
Yeah.
Give me... actually, which of the two of you that will be at the... You were at the front of the wagon?
Yeah.
Be me.
So both of you two. Okay, both of you, give me an investigation.
It's recon team, of course.
Recon nat 20.
Nice!
Good start.
He sees everything.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, well...
Have the best microscope out.
You, Tom, you look high into the sky between the tiny gaps of the dried dead branches and brambles that loom overhead. And you spot a shaft of light that's spilling through one of those little tiny cracks. And you kind of follow the light beam, and you get the impression that one of the reasons the fort tree stood out between the massive woodland that was all the way up here is that the beam lit up the twisted oak of its branches.
Okay.
Give me a perception.
14.
Okay. So you scan over this old twisted oak, and you tried to pinpoint which direction the light might appear in the morning. At the moment, you've got those shallow glimpses of moonlight. You see that these very bright, flashing moonbeams just seem to just slightly appear through the branches, but only in one little cluster. It doesn't seem super strong at the moment. So you kind of get the impression that you might need to create some sort of magnification of the light.
Okay. So like put a lens in there?
Potentially, something where you think you could catch the light.
Okay.
Indiana Jones. No.
I mean, obviously you don't know until the morning how the sunlight itself is.
So, with the moonlight I have, I'll be like, sit, and just show him, like, the light coming through the trees. I'll be like, back of your shield. What, is it reflective on the inside, or...?
Probably. Is it? It's not a new shield.
On the inside, yeah. There are some... It's not completely metal like the shield.
No, it's in sections, this shield, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but it is actually made of steel.
Yeah.
So where there's an indent inside the inside the shield, it doesn't catch light so much. But on the
rim,
yeah, there's the sort
on the rim you can catch
the rim and the interior, slight interior of that shield. You think it can catch us for light.
Okay, well. So with the moonlight, like just playing around with it, does it look like it's like catching it and doing anything, or?
You kind of you catch it slightly, but it doesn't seem to be.
What are you doing?
Doesn't seem to be perfect. Not enough intensity.
Yeah. No. Yes, we're trying to sort of redirect the moonlight coming through this tree. You see, I think it needs sort of like amplifying or like changing in direction. So I thought something reflective would probably be the way to go.
Why don't we just see if Fenrir can cast light on it?
That's a pretty brilliant idea, actually.
Hey.
Are you inside?
Yeah, I think I am, yeah.
Okay. I will knock on the door. Hola. Can I do with you? Wizard.
Wizard.
You
Over there, wizard.
You might want to come as well.
I believe he can cast light.
So, I take you both out and show you the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I explain to you, we've got light coming through it, seems a bit dim on my investigation, which was top notch. realise it's going to need a little bit of amplifying.
Okay.
So I explained to you both the problem and Norm's solution of using light to deal with the problem. So, yeah, well, as you can see, that's the problem we're having.
So where should we shine it?
What did my investigation tell me?
To the actual beam itself, or what's catching of it, it looks like it is kind of going through the crook of the branches.
Okay.
One thing that you do see through the slight moonlight is that the light is catching a cluster of bottles that are hanging on a rope.
Okay, so you think if I use a bottle, like wedge the bottle in the neck of the tree, that would amplify it enough? So use the bottle as a prism?
Yeah, potentially.
I'll give that a go.
Okay. Give me a general intelligence.
Unnatural.
Nice. Okay. So you pull the bottles together to kind of catch the sunlight, the moonlight, and it looks like you're beginning to form a slight moonbeam.
Okay.
You can see that on one of these rocky crevices there's a kind of a sparkle, almost. Something is there, but it needs this light to really form itself.
To show itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not. It doesn't seem powerful enough yet.
Okay.
Sure, the light at the...
So I get Fenrir to cast light behind the bottles with the direction the moon's coming. And saying,
Is that going to cost me anything?
if you can do the over there, it'd be wonderful, thank you.
Is that going to cost me anything to do for experimentation purposes?
It's just light. Is it just light?
Yeah,
It's just a cantrip, so it won't.
And sweet. I've never done that before because we've always been in the scorching desert where it's too light. Okay, cool.
Finally, it's useful now.
Yeah. Oh my god, this has been so useful when I've been at home. And then I get out into the desert and it's too light all the
Yeah,
time.
don't need it, yeah.
It's been a while.
Freshen yourself up.
Yeah.
Just, you know, like,
Just
a torch
you
light.
go like this, you just go like this, and a pull cord arises. You just
The sun comes on.
Okay, so yeah, you do put you put your hands forward towards towards that sort of moonbeam, and you cast light. So for a short moment, there's a flash of a light that you create, and then as it intensifies the beam for a moment, it flickers, and then seems to die down.
Okay, so we're thinking daylight is the one for this.
So the concept
Might need
works,
to be.
Shall I,
Yeah,
but we need
shall I do it too at the same
yeah.
time? I'll join you.
Together.
light friend.
Bloody magic.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
That's the lightest light has ever lighted.
Everyone at home.
You got to heat your hands up
my
first.
goggles
Bruce.
on.
Oh, okay. The power of belief, everyone. Come on.
Put your goggles on, people. It's going to be a bit bright.
There's a lot of build up, but it's actually very easy to do.
It's actually very simple spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of you come
So it's
together.
like one of the old fluorescents you find in stores. It's like bing, 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 and then it finally comes off.
Both of you come together and you cast light roughly about the same time. There is a real intense brightness and both of your light cantrips come together, but again, as the light source follows through the branches, it seems to hit something and just fades out. Almost like there is a darkness of some description or some magical barrier that's just stopping anything penetrating it.
Can I do some sort of magical investigation to see
sure.
what's going on?
Yeah, give me give me an arcana.
Figure it out. Arcana check. Unnatural 20.
Okay. Running your hands over the area where this light spell is just dispersing, you get a sense of like the tingles through your fingers, and there's a kind of a shooting of energy all the way down one arm, all the way through the centre of your chest, and just gives you this sudden like surge of magic. And you know, being a wizard, you know exactly what magic feels like. whatever it is, it's definitely some form of magical barrier. But actually, it seems more powerful than anything you've encountered before, for magical barrier's sake.
I'll explain that.
It's got a sense of, with that roll, I'd also say it's got a sense of old magic. Like the Arcanus era of magic, which was a time in Vivesco when magic came to power.
So what? Fey kind of old magic? Natural magic?
It was believed as a gift from the gods.
Yeah.
You're talking about
celestial magic.
Yeah, you're talking about 3,000 to 4,000 years, which is old magic.
Well, on the bright side, at least we know nobody else is in there.
Yes, and kudos for saying the bright side. So,
this guy gets us.
he gets us.
Nothing alive, is it?
He'll be one of the Jacksons before you know it. Right, just a quick
Nothing
one.
alive.
The bait that I was looking for last session.
Yeah, give me a survival test.
I'm gonna look for the barrier.
24.
Okay, nice. Well, the magical
There's the
folk.
magic-y mads, yeah.
You quickly cast your eyes around
Yeah.
the sort of dense area. You find one of the ingredients you were looking for, which is a very small, shallow shrub that usually illuminates in the moon.
Shrub.
And it's called tender,
Okay.
literally. And you pick a few.
Okay.
It's notorious for the rock snappers.
Yeah.
It's like sear. It's like a cat likes catnip.
Yeah.
You lift up a nearby, it's a fairly large stone, probably a pebble for Fenrir.
Fenrir,
For you, it
it's
feels like a chore.
boulder.
Yeah, you lift it over and you actually see a few grubs, quite large, grubs, and you
Yeah, it's still fresh.
Yeah, you pull a few out, and with some of, I'd say, a slight bit of the meats that you have inside the wagon, you think you've got enough to create the bait that you need.
Perfect.
It was the tender that you really needed.
I'll be like, I'll leave you to this. I've got a small side project.
Okay.
So, there goes for your Torum, masturbator.
He loves a good masturbate.
You know it. Straight in the wagon I go.
Next thing you hear in the van, start shaking it.
Yes.
Why is he
The rest of you just
All you can hear suddenly is like, God, the 4G round here is bloody terrible.
So you just go for Squiggles pictures. Not sexy. Hello.
Graveyard, and I'm like, yes.
That's more
the
like
stuff.
That's the vibe I want.
Moss and handcuffs.
You'd like to find a self-portrait. There we go.
There we go. That's
Hello,
the
beautiful.
Stuff, yeah.
Please don't use squiggles as
So,
search engine.
because we had canisters in the... Because we had canisters, when I make the bait, I'll seal it. Because the thing is, what I don't want to do is make it
Yep, no, I get
and leave it in the wagon just like...
The gate.
Filled with basil. Leads
Yeah.
them straight to us.
Yeah. So I'll make the bait and then seal it. So I've got them in So how many canisters would I fill? Like the little canisters?
With what you can make, I would say you made 3 canisters.
3 canisters, okay.
Of basilisk bait.
Basilisk bait.
This isn't going to bite us in the ass at all.
Something's going to bite our ass.
Yeah, it's going to be a basilisk.
Yeah.
So back outside.
A basilisk.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Have I know you said it's more powerful than anything I've sort of seen before, but have I seen anything like this where, using light to unlock a magical barrier?
So yeah, you've not encountered it yourself, but you've been a man of knowledge and learning.
Yeah.
You have read various documents that have suggested that there are barriers that do require an immense amount of light. not always magical. Sometimes you need the natural touch.
Sunlight. Okay.
So you can't fake it. It has to be sunlight.
Got to be the real thing.
Plus, you know that in the daytime, there's 2 suns in Vibesca.
Yeah, double sun, double the
Oh, so maybe we need to use the glass to
Both angles.
Bring them together.
gas the light from both suns.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
I'm guessing we know roughly where both suns rise in the morning.
So you know that at a point, the sun's actually getting
Like
close
next
enough.
to each other,
Yeah.
almost. Yeah. So one isn't obscuring the other one, but they're
No.
almost next to each
Yeah.
other.
That's
Okay.
probably the time.
Cool.
Okay.
Usually about, well, very early.
Like daybreak.
About 6, 7, yeah.
Yeah, like daybreak. Okay.
We have a time.
Right. Well,
I suggest that we get ourselves prepared then.
yes. Yes, well, we could do with filling our packs with everything we're going to need ready for the morning.
I am a little bit worried about leaving the sound riders outside.
Yes.
Especially those unfriendly skulking about, shall we say.
Yes.
But I guess there isn't really much choice in
No, there isn't
bringing
a
them in.
lot we can do about that, sadly.
You can, I'd say, being a ranger and the man of the wilds, you potentially know that you could create some form of camouflage. Because you're still through quite a dense wooded area.
So
though
like
most
could
of it is
camouflage their man, the wagon.
yeah. Most of them is this wood is rotten and dry, and but
We could rig something up.
yeah,
We could rig something up
It
to
would be
sort of
possible.
give us some cover.
yeah. I'd say
Okay.
you probably
Well,
spend
if we've got a few
an hour
hours,
or
so I'll
yeah.
probably just do that. I'll probably just try and lead the wagon off the beaten path, as it were, and just try to shroud it the best I can.
Yeah, I'll say that you spend. Give me a survival roll.
Plus 17.
So okay, yeah, nice. I say that you spend about around about an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
But you're able to pull the wagon off the beaten path, and you're beginning to one by one begin to camouflage, and the sand striders as well.
Okay.
I mean, you've got muzzles that you can put on the sand striders.
So they're not making a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, the thing is, we'll probably feed them stuff anyway this
Yeah.
evening, because
Yeah.
we were going to feed them the night before we went in anyway.
Absolutely.
So we'll feed them, make sure they've got water and stuff, and then muzzle them probably. Just
Okay.
makes sense then. So yeah, I'll probably do that. And then literally just set the packs up with all the stuff we're going to need.
Okay.
So like, I'll probably end up taking a heavy crossbow just in case. Because what I don't want to do is have failures on both guns and then realise I got nothing. So
Yeah.
I'll probably
I'll
pack some bolts and a
fully
heavy
stock up
crossbow.
on javelins and
Yeah,
Caltrips,
yeah, because we've got
Ball
quite a
bearings.
lot of stuff. So I go to the wizard and I'm like,
they're good for traps.
I'm ready.
we've got some bits and pieces stored away inside. Would you care for any of the bits, or?
I don't know.
Well, we've got some clubs, an iron chain.
I have potions you can throw.
We have one set of knuckle dusters remaining. Daggers. We have a short sword.
I love the idea of the wizard
Two
being like
swords.
the knuckle dusters.
Yeah.
That's
Two swords.
I'll take them, thanks.
5 spears. You taking the 5 spears?
We can take
Yeah,
spears.
take the 5.
Takes his cloak off.
So we got 5 hand axes, 2 short bows, and 2 heavy crossbows. One of which I'll be taking just in case we, need something. And plus we have like a small collection of stuff over here. It's just like Amaryllis' stuff, just like lying on the bed, and I'm just like,
Take what you like.
yes,
Tibbs.
A short sword is a light weapon.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take one of the short swords.
okay.
I'm usually okay with just the old spell book bit.
Well,
I'll keep it handy for close encounters.
yes, just in case.
Got some acid.
I haven't tried that since college.
What?
Oh. No, I'll be fine. You hang on to those.
Okay.
Just drink.
So yeah, I'll pack a heavy crossbow and some bolts.
Okay.
I'm going to leave I'm probably going to leave the map tube that has the maps I've already drawn in it, but I will take the other map tube that has blank paper in it.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Because if we get in there, I've got to make a map or I've got to track our progress. I don't want to go in there with nothing, so I'll take that one.
I'll take the caltrips and the ball bearings.
Yeah, I've got a flask of oil with me, which I think is going to be a good idea. We've got the pocket. Is it pocket watch or pocket watches? Did we have a pair or was it a single?
And one.
One. Okay, I've still got that one. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll just get as prepared as we can, ready, and then.
And do you have your stone of? Your AA stone.
The AA stone. Yeah, I'll hold on to that one as well, just in case we need recovery.
Will we have signal in there for the AA?
No, but if we come outside and the Striders and the wagon are gone, it would be useful.
We'll leave the AA.
We might want a taxi.
Yeah.
Don't just hate it when you leave your sand striders outside of a dungeon. You get back and they're on bricks.
Yeah.
Goddamn scousers!
Just they've taken their legs.
Yeah.
It's like.
What's happened here?
Not again!
That's gone terribly.
Some guy down there going, hey mate, you want to buy some wheels?
Yeah.
No, fucking no.
Do you want to buy some legs?
Buy some sand spider legs.
So, yeah, I think we're going to just fairly get up together, take the rations we have.
Yeah, I'll need to take some extra food for squiggles.
Yeah, so we'll take dry rations. You may as well take 2 persons dry rations.
Taking squiggles
Have
down.
you got any?
I'm not leaving him outside on his own.
Have you got any
You can look
rations
after
with
them.
you?
Lovely time.
No.
Well, there is more than enough. So take this, and then we've got some dried fish as well. So take some dried fish.
We've got
as
so
well.
much fish.
Excellent.
I think there's some remains of some cakes over there as well that were made.
Yes.
They might be useful.
I was going to say we got the medicinal cakes, haven't we?
Yes.
Buns or whatever they are.
Yeah, the buns. I think we'll take those just as homage.
Yeah, they might be useful.
Yeah, just in case we do need them. I think that's about it. We'll just get everything as ready as we can for the morning, and then I'll probably be like, well, I'm happy to take first watch if.
I was going to say, is it worth us concealing our tracks a little bit?
Yes.
Problem is though, if they're watching, they see us concealing tracks, they know they're on to us.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Make more tracks.
I was thinking.
Make more tracks.
I was thinking at this.
Mind you, saying that, anyone probably would do that anyway. So I don't think you'll cotton onto the fact about that.
Well, can I see them? Again, because it's night time, can I see the group that's following us? Because the night
Give me a perception.
Okay.
Yeah, because we know what to look for last time, we saw the little flash.
I'll put the old.
Yeah.
Quick scan.
Glad I did. 16.
Okay. So looking at in the distance, quite a far distance, I would say you can maybe about 1,500 feet.
It's quite way back from us then.
Yeah, quite. You can see it looks like another light that's cascading.
Okay.
But then you see another light, and then you see another one in the distance, which you then begin to assume is actually torchlight.
Okay. So what, they're out on their own?
Potentially, if it's them.
Yeah, they're out
It
just
could be
milling.
travellers. You're not sure if you're certain, but yeah,
They might be out just
they're
milling.
in this. They're in this light source is in an area together, but it's split up enough.
Okay.
So whoever it is could be either travelling in convoy, could be searching, could be out travelling the road this way.
Okay.
It is unusual that travellers
People
go
come
this
this
route
way,
because
yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is the Mad
the Mad
Marshes.
Marshes.
People don't go this
Yeah,
way.
we try not to go this way, yeah. Okay. Yeah, alright. Well, I'll relay to everyone that, like, the people
Company's
following
there.
us. Yes, well, if you want to come out and have a look, that's the problem we're facing. So, my thoughts are, if they're this distance away from us, we could just leave them there, save us like getting involved with them, because the thing is, when we leave, they're going to want to follow us again, you see.
We might
So-
need to prepare for being ambushed as we come back out.
That's what I was thinking, yes. So, yes, we'll have to see what we can do about that.
Well, that means Squiggles is coming with us.
Yes, I didn't think it would be a wise idea leaving them anyway, just in case they wanted to check where we were.
Just don't make it obvious that we've got him on you.
I never did.
1,500 feet away, yeah?
Yeah.
Do they seem to be on the road, or do they seem to be out in the woods?
Give me a survival.
21.
Okay, so I would say with that roll, it doesn't look like the road that you travelled through. So potentially you think they could be searching, if it is them, in the woods.
Okay.
I have another suggestion. The pictures and any evidence of Squiggles, we need to remove it from the caravan.
Yes.
Chances are they'll try and break into the caravan and have a look.
Have a look through, yes.
If we make it obvious that he's never even been in the caravan,
Yes.
that might throw him off a little bit.
Yes, that is a very good point, Seal, actually.
If we have pictures plastered everywhere, it's
What
kind of a red warning
if
who we are.
we take that slightly further and
Perhaps the caravan will work.
write up some kind of fake receipt of us handing him over somewhere
I
else.
think our best policy is going with a lie that isn't far from the truth. I've been thinking about this. When we first had him, and when Zeal and I went to collect him, he teleported as soon as we got into the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we stick with that lie? Because it's not far from the truth. So we collected him. We weren't informed that he had the ability to teleport. We were leaving and he teleported, and we haven't seen him since. Because we're not far from the truth, but we're not on the truth.
So we didn't want to tell anyone into these were in case they didn't believe us.
Plus, the thing is, it's hard to explain to someone something that we don't understand. And we don't understand him.
So shall we do this in the form of
I say we
a letter we intend to send?
Scrub the evidence.
We'll write a letter to our employer, or rather your employer, explaining this situation and leave it.
Yeah, and just leave it somewhere. Because the thing is, if they read it, the thing is, it will be understood. The thing is, we can also throw a wild herring in there and say the reason we've come here is because there was a lady who's the lady with webs who's informed us that the thing we might seek might be in this cave. Because that way, if they turn up, they're like, these guys are just searching in a cave randomly, I think it might be enough
So
for them
it makes
to...
it look like we've very much moved on from that situation.
Yes, literally gone like, well, we can't find Squiggles
Whatever
as
it
we
was.
know him, but we might be on the trail of him, trying to recapture him just to save the wrath. But the thing is,
really clever.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what my thoughts are anyway. Because the thing is, it's got enough of the truth in it that it's believable.
It won't hurt to try.
No. The other option is I've made a rather tasty bait, so we can always smash it on their wagon and watch them die. So, you know.
All of the above.
Yes, or all of the above, because the thing is, the best fight we can have is a third party. Because if we're on the skirts and they're a little bit battered and broken, and then we come in and just give them the odd slow hammer, and then we just take their stuff. And by the way, I am having that gun. It is looking rather tasty. So, yes, that's my plan so far.
Alright, let's just scrub the evidence of him never being.
So I'm going to take the bait with me, because if they break in and then they're like, what's this? I don't want them to be like, oh, this is useful, and then smash it when we come out. I'm like, oh no,
My bait.
my bait.
Let's just take anything that they could possibly
use against us, really. So, like, all the vials we're going to take with us, because Norm will carry the vials. I'll take the bait. Zeal, if Zeal wants to take the drawings, and we'll literally just take everything that's like throws them. sort of any information we don't want to give them.
I'll write the letter with the wizardly quill.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Go team.
Okay, I'll say that the get these preparations.
I just pull Amaryllis' hand out the cover.
Oh my god!
Go team.
Jesus!
What about the letter?
Well, she's
Yes.
still here.
Why don't we do it the other way around?
Let's close the box.
Why don't we have the letter written to us saying you've lost the creature, you need to go find it? Rather than us writing the letter back.
The only reason I was going to say that wouldn't work is because they're in contact with him, aren't they? Because you and I have both seen them talking to him. That would be quite easy to undo that. So all we need is him to be like, I never wrote a letter. And that sort of bluff has gone straight out the window.
And we don't really want them to think that we're looking for the creature here.
No.
Because they'll be persistent.
Yes.
We want them to go away.
Yeah, we want them to go away and think to themselves, this thing's teleported and they have no idea where it is and they don't even know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to go into. They don't know that we know.
They don't know that we know.
Yeah, we're going down the Inception route here. Let's just
Yes.
keep it simple.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
so confused.
Everything's in hand on. Everything's good.
All you
What?
need to remember,
Are
Norm,
you
is
still holding the
if
acid?
anyone asks you,
Yeah, I'm still
Good
holding
man.
for that.
if anyone asks, we haven't got squiggles.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
We
anyone
don't know what a
asks, what's the
squiggles is.
squiggles?
We've never had.
So they're about 1,500 feet away. My assumption is they're going to wait there because we've stopped.
Yeah, it depends if you. So it's getting darker and darker and darker.
Because they're not. Because I'm watching.
They were told not to engage us
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
they knew that we had him.
Yeah. Because I'm watching them.
Watching
and-
you,
and
not
it's-
knowing that you're watching them.
Because it's getting darker and darker. Am I seeing them like converge together, move further apart?
So as it, yeah, I would say if you're watching for about, it's going to be another good hour of watching, but you eventually see that these different light sources do come back together.
Okay. We'll keep
Then they
ourselves in
spread
darkness.
back out again.
Okay. So they might literally be either fighting things off or like literally just looking around to see what he's about and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll keep ourselves in darkness as well.
Yeah.
So if everyone wants to have a rest, I only need 4 hours, so I'll grab them in the morning.
I mean, I think I'm pretty rested. But
So you're going to keep no campfire, nothing like that. You're going to keep it
Inside the
no
stove,
lights.
like-
Are you going to
stove
keep?
inside will be fine anyway because smoke in the dark's nothing anyway.
Especially not in a place like this.
No,
Yeah.
it's literally like piss all in it. So like we can have the stove going in the middle.
Okay.
Do you want to ritually cast the hut?
I will do,
Yeah.
just in case.
I'll get Zeal to ritually cast the hut. I'll check the sound strider is going to be alright.
Okay.
keep them.
Oh, you've got the tiny hut. Can't we put the sound striders in there?
Can't fit all of it.
It won't fit.
Well, the problem is concentration as well,
Oh, okay.
and I kind of need it for other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so get as prepared as we physically can ready
Okay.
for the morning because what we want to do is when the sun's up, I want to literally be like at that door ready to go just in case there is a finite window of like in and out.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we know we've got
We got 24 hours.
12 hours.
12 hours. 12 hours or 24 hours? 12 hours?
12. Yeah, it was 12 hours.
12.
12 hours in.
Yeah, just
sun
waiting
down.
for
Door
the-
opens at sun up.
And
Opens
we
again at sun down.
down.
If
so
you're not out.
literally first light, last light, and
Yeah.
we need to be
Close
waiting
to
at
dusk.
that door ready for it to be open again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right, so
Splendid.
maximum time.
yeah.
Have we explained this to Felix? Does he know what he's getting in for? Get
Door.
himself in for?
So you knew the basic concepts of the channel
I was told what
from
you
the
guys were
information
Okay.
that was revealed to you.
Yeah.
Did you know the reason why we were after it or no?
I was told something, but I'm beginning to think. Well, this is meta anyway. But
Yeah.
I was told something. Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
we told him in the last episode that we were working for
Yeah.
Fizzlewick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only due to the fact that I think while we're having this evening anyway, like between us all dotting in and out, we probably would just ask you how much you knew. So like realistically, do you know any more about this than we do? Because we've been told by the Lady of the Webs that this is the place that we want to go to try and get ourselves some loot to start the next bit. So are you under any? Do you have any more information about this cave than we have?
Did I see
Any
that?
idea what we might find?
Anything about that?
It was the shield thing, wasn't it?
Are you going to let him have a look at it?
Yeah, I'm just going to say.
Okay, so
Have a look at it.
No, I just checking to see if he even would know anything about that.
So
I'm an archaeologist, so maybe I can work it out. What is it?
It's a piece of paper.
you think you would need a bit more time to study,
Hole in it.
but the actual.
I'll explain what happened with the shield.
Yeah.
And it was taken.
Okay, that your shield was taken. So
Turns out it's a key.
yes, Zeal's shield.
It's a master called Craven stole it.
Yeah.
And the actual handwriting seems familiar to you,
Okay.
potentially, but you can't. The description that Zeal gives you of the person doesn't seem to match up with the handwriting or the person that you think might have written that.
Oh.
All you know is that there is a few renegade crews
Yeah.
that operate,
Yeah.
pretty much treasure hunters.
Yeah. Which is essentially what I've been told about you lot, that you're after.
Yeah. Relics.
You're just after, ransacking tombs and things and
Yeah.
and killing people.
No.
Only
Which is
people
why
who try and kill us.
Well, to be honest with you, you're not far off the mark. But,
I have never killed someone, except for kobolds.
Kobolds aren't people.
Yes, they are. I just love killing.
Okay, I would say each of you begins to either settle down for the night, or you begin to prepare for the morning ahead. Now would be the time that if any of you wish to speak to someone else, either alone or on watch, now would be the time to do so. While each of you are in your own comforts, in your own personal space of the wagon, or outside it.
yes. Well, I'll just be sat front row, just trying to take everything in.
I guess we're all in earshot of each other.
Yeah, well, I'm the only reason I'm staying outside is because, realistically, 4 hours is the only thing I need, and I'm fairly well rested anyway. I just sort of want to keep an eye on that group, see if they're doing anything untoward.
Okay, I'll say yeah. That's what for those 4 hours you are.
Yeah, just sort of just keeping an eye on them, really. But I can hear them inside, scuttling about and just doing odds and sods.
Okay. So are there any the rest of you? So those of you that either are going to just sleep, and that's what you do. But if there's anyone that you want to speak to,
Say a few things.
now is the time.
No.
Considering what happened with Amaryllis, and us not knowing a huge amount about her, maybe we should at least have a plan if anything was to happen to either of us, what we want to happen.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you'd want contacted? Anyone notified of anything happening to you? I know it's kind of morbid, but
No.
it feels like the best way forward.
Well, strangely, the burial ground of my people is actually in one of the pictures Squiggle drew. So, if anything was going to happen to me, I'm not sure how you'd get me home.
Where is home?
Oh, that is a long story.
You've got time.
Well, in essence, I lived on the edge of a Fey realm. So, well, yes. Well, I suppose I could go into details about it. I'm not allowed back. So,
You were benched.
Benched is polite. Removed was probably more accurate. At the time, I did something under instruction that I thought was to benefit my people. And actually, the reason Squiggles drew that graveyard is I was the one who filled it.
Oh, you're a grave digger.
No. I actually invented something that killed my people.
What? All of them?
Most. We actually saw it in Jadizra, and that's the reason I'm here. It was mounted to that airship that Amaryllis jumped out of, which is why I took quite an interest in her. Through silliness, I believed the people in charge of me were doing it for the good of my people, and they weren't. They were doing it for their own benefit. And yes, so
they took something of yours and turned it against you?
Yes, it was meant to
protect.
Yes, and they used it in essence for annihilation. And then through part of my guild, where we travel through portals, they moved it and sold it, and it's arrived here. So my plan is...
You want to steal it back?
Well, no,
Or destroy it?
Destroy it, really. Because I'm one of 3 that can actually fix the thing. And the other one that I know is definitely dead. So
they can't actually use it?
No, but there is one remaining, which we couldn't ever find. So one of the team that I had is here somewhere. So in the event of my death, the only thing I would ask you to do is just be very wary of anyone else like me. Because we're not all as kind as you might think. Being elven from the Fey realm doesn't excuse you from having a rather nasty past. So, in the event of my death, I think it would more be justified that I passed on. So, yes, in the event of my death...
Ranger, I feel like you carry an unnecessary burden of guilt on your shoulders.
Yes.
You weren't to know what was going to happen. Your intentions were good.
Oh, but for someone as smart as I was awfully blind.
We often get done over by things that we don't see coming. Sometimes we trust people too much.
Maybe they were just really, really good at lying.
Yes, Norman, they were almost perfect at it, actually. But yes, as Zeal knows from experience, sometimes the word of somebody else is not to be trusted.
Yeah, especially those in power.
Yes.
They tend to abuse the ones below.
So, the only thing I will ask on my death, if that does happen, is take it as a warning not to trust anyone from the place where I originated.
Okay.
So, if anyone comes asking, we never heard of you.
Yes, and if they do come asking, you'd probably be wise to kill them.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Slowly.
However you see fit. You could beat them to death with my bludgeoned body if you like. But yes, that is the only thing I would ask.
That's fine, we can do that. What about you, Femra? I know you wanted to go to Best. I'm assuming someone was waiting for you there.
That is my hope. Yes. In the hopefully unlikely event that someone takes this down.
As you flex, you actually hear the armour go.
And you just just smile at yourself, like just straighten it as I go.
I think I would like to go home.
To Noskiri, right?
I hope that my father is still alive. I've not heard from him since I left. I don't think he's particularly pleased
He is rather far.
that I left. There is an old friend I'm hoping to find in Bast. I was beginning to give up hope. And then I saw him in a dream the other night.
The one that Norm stepped into.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't think Norm stepped in then, though. I think Norm saw my god. And I think my god saw Norm.
I'm in trouble.
He did make rather quite the exit.
But if I don't make it out of this cave, then I failed my mission at finding my friend and best. So I wouldn't wish any danger on you pursuing one of my goals. So
a journey home for you then.
please just take me home.
That's fine. I'm sure we can do that. It's not a problem.
I know you've had an interesting life, Seal. What would your wish be?
There isn't really much left for me back there. All there was burned down.
Well, the only thing I would say is if you did pass on, I would like to find that shield and return it to you so you can
That would
relate
be
for us with it.
Nice. Like I said, that shield has more than one meaning. In a way, it's what I decided I needed to become.
Yes.
I didn't act when others fell. I wasn't the shield. I should have been the shield. And that's a promise that I made, that I would be a shield for those who needed it. The shield itself, yeah, it has sentimental value, but it's more the meaning of what it was.
It's
But
very
yeah.
honourable, Zeal.
Exactly. That bastard Kraden didn't deserve it.
No.
She definitely wouldn't have wanted to have it, that's for sure. I'm going to make sure that he pays for whatever he's done.
Okay.
And like I said, there isn't really anyone left. So just bury me.
But not here.
No, definitely not this place.
Nothing.
This place sucks.
Somewhere nice, with a lovely view or something like that. I think I'd like that.
Okay.
Felix?
This has all gotten rather heavy for our first evening together.
Well,
You're-
it's always nice to get these things out of the way, I'm told.
A lot of our conversations go this way.
I suppose so. Good to have one's affairs in order.
What's an affair?
We'll tell you when you grow up.
Yes. When you're slightly older, Norman, we'll go into the if, buts and whys.
Well,
You don't have to go into much detail.
yes. There isn't much detail. You needn't worry about any emotional attachments. As in my life, the pursuit of academia has tended to get in the way of relationships. So,
He's like you, Victoria.
Yes, his comes down to more a lack of interest, not a lack of trying.
but I shouldn't worry too much about my mortal remains. Do with those as seems fit at the time. Hopefully they'll be largely intact. However, given the semi-desperate situation I find myself in, and being surrounded by people I believe I can trust, I should like to give you the location of my own collection of relics. And I think I should like them to go to Fizzlepick to add to his museum.
I think he'd like that.
Yes, I think he would.
Aw.
I think he would very much enjoy that, and I think he would give them the respect that they probably deserve.
I think so.
I'm sure you get quite a honourable place in the museum.
Well, if you'd like to
Most
write
comes to
that
us.
down on in an envelope and keep that on your person, come that time if it does ever happen, we can make the arrangements from there.
I will do that.
Hopefully it won't have to come to that.
No, hopefully
With
not.
the wizardly quill.
I, for one,
Important.
have far too much to do to die this day. But
Yes, I think we
at least
all-
we can.
Yeah.
We know worse comes to worse. At this point is when I suddenly turn and stare at Norm. There's everyone else as well. And
We
again,
all go quiet.
just
and
want to
just look
stare
at
at him
Norm.
like going,
And what about you, Norm?
Yes, Norman.
Oh, I'm not allowed to die.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to stop.
If I die, I will be in a lot of trouble.
Who with?
Well,
Sometimes I think Norman is a little mysterious.
sometimes I think he's not normal.
No,
What? Who said that? I'm so normal.
I think in I think if Norman ever does pass on, I think we might just have to deal with whatever happens.
Let's cut the bullshit, shall we? We know you're not human, Norm.
Yes, I am.
We know that you're something else.
Yeah,
we don't want to judge you on that. You've been nothing but a friend to us. If you want to be a human, then that's what you'll be buried as, and you'll be given everything as a human. But just...
Well, that's good, because I'm human.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah. Well, Norman, if a normal burial is all that you require, a normal burial you should have.
We'll give you everything normal.
Wow.
Yes. So, well, I think a toast. We do have the brandy.
Mm-hmm. A toast to
a toast.
inviting Trish the Dish to your funeral.
Yes.
That I can make.
Yes. I'd still probably have the same amount of chance with it. So a toast to new comrades and old comrades past. And
those
give them a little brandy and just give them all a quick...
Okay, you toast and drink. And if you are done with the conversation...
I think instead of sleeping, because I am fully rested from last time, I'm going to go upstairs and just have a chat with my god.
My god. Just give him the lowdown. Don't tell her. Some stuff's going to be happening. I'm going to be asking for some help.
Hello? Don, you there?
I know we spoke the other night, but shit's gone down.
I'll say that you wander up to the top of your wagon and you push various instruments, papers, belongings, and you make a little room for a little stone idol that you carry with your god. You place it down and you begin to commune.
Gideon, I haven't asked for much over the last couple of months. I admit, maybe I haven't turned to you as much as I should have. If there's any time that I need to ask for protection, if there's any time that I need to see some justice in this world, not for me, but for my friends, and for small, unknown creatures which might need help, and I just give Squiggles a little pat. Please help us just get in and out of this godforsaken cave. I'll be the best I can be when I get out. I'll do everything I can for this world, just help us get out. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. There's kind of a very quiet, and then even though you're inside the wagon, there's just a gust of wind just blows through the room, and the candles that you lit while you were speaking to your god just flicker very partially. It was almost as the gods were letting you know they heard you.
I'll take that. And I'll just go for a peaceful rest. Not a sleep, but just a
relaxing.
Just a shut-eye, a gathering of my thoughts.
Okay, all of you, one by one, other than Elf Boy, begin to drift off and fall asleep. And those of you that feel you need sleep, and those of you that don't want to sleep, you stay up all night.
Yeah.
You read your books, you keep yourself busy, you sharpen your weapons, you prepare for the danger that you're sure is coming.
I'll make my hair look good.
And you make your hair look damn good.
You're called dying with bad hair.
I make my hair look bad.
Fenrir died with a fantastic mane.
Yes.
Reapplying mustard to my shirt.
Just every night he does it when we're all asleep, and he's just
never know.
It's like the great illusion.
Starting to fade.
The early hours of the morning begin to take a.
Oh!
The early hours of the morning begin to appear from behind the horizon.
Okay.
At least what there is of the horizon in these very dark, dank, terrible, deathly woods. And one by one, those of you that choose to sleep wake up. It's I'd say it's around about 5:30.
Okay.
Roughly, looking at your watch. The light will get brighter.
Okay.
But yeah, now is a good time to gather your things.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've written the decoy letter
Yeah.
with your wizardly glue.
Yeah, we can magnet that on the fridge.
Yeah.
Like the equivalent
Yeah, that's
places in the wagon.
That's up on the old pegboard.
Got a pegboard down.
Yeah.
I was going to feed Jaxxon. That's like 50.
Okay, yeah.
Like classic weird smelly flaky stuff.
And then we're gonna leave we're gonna leave Jaxxon inside.
Yeah, we'll leave
That
Jaxxon.
stuff is so delicious.
He's guarding the caravan. That's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you actually go to get some fish feed out, you realise half of it's been eaten.
Norman's got it.
It was like saliva all dripped and pulling some of it together.
Norman can get into it, so he's eating the bottom off the tip.
I told you to put safety caps on everything.
I've already got the magnetic catches, Norman. I don't know what more you want me to do.
Try harder.
Going around every cupboard door like this, trying to get the magnet.
Baby proofing it all.
Yeah. I'll check on the transferers.
Okay.
Just quickly, just check they are like as settled as they can be.
Oh yeah, you will count. They're all dead. No, they're
That's the stuff.
no.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Big chump marks out of it.
like-
No, yeah, they seem okay. They're up and awake.
Okay.
Yeah, but they basically seem to have slept fairly well. Surprisingly, the precautions you put in place
Yeah, this helps.
meant that most of the night literally went uneventful, and danger potentially didn't even find you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll make sure their blinkers are down, so then they're not like taking in so much.
Easily spooked.
Yeah, and then grab my pack and ready for my adventure into the cave.
Are you still crazy over there?
A little bit, yeah.
Hooray!
So, yeah, get the pack sorted, and yes,
Okay, you
get
That's
the
if you.
pack all sorted. Make sure I've got all the ammo I need
Okay.
for everything.
Okay.
And
All
then
of you.
Go, yeah, and then we'll convene at the tree.
Convene at the tree. At about 6 o'clock sharp.
6 o'clock sharp at the tree, yeah, so...
Give or take 10 minutes.
Yeah, just for Norman,
6-ish.
yeah, just for Norman to reapply his mustard stains.
I'm going to give Squizzle some breakfast. From the caravan.
Yeah.
Not at the rations.
Yeah. It's just like out your pack, like, oh, whoops. Yeah. So I'll just wait there at the tree.
Yeah, you feed Squiggles. You, as you reach it up, you know, one thing that's different this time is just the hair, the tentacles he has for hair, begins to like reach out, and they clasp around the apple and pull it towards him.
That's new.
Huh.
It's like
You're growing up.
it's like he's walking.
I haven't seen stuff like that in a long time.
Yes, as we're all there, like, yeah, or Norman's normal.
So normal.
So yes, just waiting by the tree for everyone to like come out, and then I'll let Zeal lock up.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Doesn't fucking scan half the time. Jesus.
you you all convene at the tree. The sun, or the suns, convene at the point where both rays now cast down towards the old crooked tree. And you see, with the intensity of the sunlight now, that it begins to catch the bottles more profusely than it was. And very slowly you begin to position these bottles a little bit better, almost in a kind of staggered line. And you utilise them as a natural conductor. The shafts of light then begin to intensify as you now make out the powerful beam that's projecting through a tiny crook before you. It just begins to pierce, which looks like what the magical barrier was, And as it begins to shift with the actual rock, it's almost like it becomes a liquid, a ripple. And as it ripples, and this rock, which is so sturdy and stiff, usually just becomes liquid. You see it begins to fade. And just before you, you see another shroud of heavy branches and thorns which are barring the way. The beam that you're following begins to create this starry path, which glints as rays sparkle along along this imaginary magical sort of stepping stone, really. It's like a series of sort of strange glistening stepping stones. They disappear within this thorny growth, and you kind of get the impression that this is the Ashen Vale.
This is the way. So I turned to everyone and I was like, well, opened the polar watch up, I was like, well,
No time to waste.
here goes nothing, we have 12 hours. So and I clasped it down and I made sure it's tucked nicely in an inside pocket, and I'm like, off we go. Everybody count the seconds in their heads.
I can't count.
So I will go first.
Okay. You follow the trail of light, and with one of your available blades, I think you got short swords.
I got a short sword down the
So with a short sword, you begin to stab at the thorns, and eventually manage to push them away enough. As you chop some of that of the thorns and the brambles that are in your way, you begin to see that they begin to start to grow back, like almost straight away.
Yeah.
One by one, you quickly hop through the entrance and kind of watch as that pathway begins to close and cease.
Close again. Okay. So what am I looking at?
You see, as you turn
Oh god.
and look ahead of you, you see what looks like a shifting and changing wall of mist,
Okay.
which bars any view forward.
Splendid. So, is there anything by the door? The thorns, can I still see them? Are they like just
So the
there?
thorns are there next to it. It looks like a very... So you've gone through thorns, brambles, and then... Or so like shrubs, bushes, and then you've got this grey mist.
Perfect.
You try and peer through the mist, but you can't make anything out, other than this constantly snaking fog.
That's absolutely fine. I grab the first bundle of cordage and I tie one end off to the thickest thorn branch I can find.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I tie that off, and then I hold it in my hand and I literally just start walking into the mist. Ready, everyone? Splendid. We have 12 hours. And I just...
So you just see Viator walk up into the mist, and as you step forward, your face is the first thing that sinks into the mist, and you close your eyes, and then there's a sudden icy coldness that just brushes against your face. The fog splits, it shifts, and caresses you. Where it's cold, there's also a familiar warmth to it.
Okay.
It feels welcoming, but also,
Terrifying.
oh yes, so very terrifying.
Yeah, like, oh, please come and stay. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, only for 11 hours.
You feel these shivers, just shivers of dread, spill up your spine.
Lovely.
I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
About 20.
Okay.
I'm like, this rope's good.
Okay, you go through, and there's a moment where you feel a horrible stabbing. It's cold. But something inside you, just willing you forward, just chases it away, and you continue on. The rest of you are following?
No, we're just going to stay outside.
Grab the rope.
Goodbye. See you in 11 hours.
Anyone got a knife? I want to cut the rope.
Oh dear. Oh, that's good, very slack.
So we're getting rid of the murderer, yeah?
That would be what a twist.
2 down, 3 more to go.
Turns out we've come from your way
Yeah,
as
it
well.
turns like you all take your masks off.
It was us all along.
Gotcha. It was like,
Yeah, speaking of maths, I'll put my goggles down before I go in the mist.
Okay.
Grab the rope and follow them.
And you go through. Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw as well, please.
I guess I'm always doing it now.
As each of you go through, you'll have to.
18.
Yeah.
18. Okay, nice.
Well, good sir.
You feel that same warmth. Cast off any coldness that's coming through your body.
what's your con? Plus 2. 20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
22.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Let's all bin our Nat 20s now.
Yeah.
On some mist.
26.
That melts.
Nice. All of you.
Plus 7.
Mist is fucked.
All of you
Let's go.
head through the mists.
This is nice.
It's nice mist.
It's nice and refreshing, isn't it?
Even though you've had that coldness, it's literally like it's like having a dunk in one of those ice baths.
Yeah.
It's that sudden.
Oh, that's right,
But-
Fenrir Street. That's
You feel like whatever it was meant to harm you.
Ward you off.
Oh.
Yeah. But for whatever reason,
I feel
each of
harmed.
you in turn has been able to push it out. All of you now step through the mist fully, and you exit that wall. And those of you with a bit more of the arcana about you realise that that mist would have fed off you.
Okay.
It has a hunger that needs to be quenched.
not today, miss.
Yeah, we could have been.
You missed.
And as you fully come through those mists, where you felt a cold chill entering the veil, as you exit, it's quite the opposite. There's a warm glow that just caresses each of your cheeks, the back of your necks, your hips. It literally just feels like something strangely arousing in a way, but at the same time, just like homely. It's hard to explain. It's like a mix of emotions. It's a really strange sensation.
Oh!
Norm comes behind me and I was like,
I didn't know you carried a short sword.
What is happening?
turns out Norman's face wasn't the first thing to touch the mist.
10 seconds later, the rest of Norman followed.
Oh no.
There you have it, folks. I killed David.
I'm so terrified. I just turn around. I just see just things like that. And I'm like, just a ridiculous amount of time passes, and Norman follows it. I'm like,
Hello.
He plays off casually. He's like, yeah.
yeah, it's like this.
I got the measurement wrong. Shut up.
They're all this size, right?
It's like you idiots working in Imperial.
As you walk through the mist, what's now before you is, it looks like the same hollows that you were used to. Those same horrible decrepit trees. But this time, everything's a green and pink hue with lush vegetation. It's as if you've stepped into another plane of existence. The grove houses creatures you've never seen before. Felines with tiny wings, long pink lizards shifting in a trail of smoke and shadow, and bluish twin-tailed squirrel-like creatures with these long tongues that are just snapping at various pond insects as they skitter about the moss, not mossy, but moss-coloured waters of the swamp.
Moss.
You find yourself now standing in. This is an alien place. Something that you fear that few mortals were meant to tread.
This is a favour.
Is there a tree? Yeah, I was going to say, is there a tree fairly near to where we've exited already?
Yes.
So I go up the tree and I tie the rope to the tree.
Okay. As you tie the rope to the tree, you hear, "Thank you."
No worries. Yeah.
This place is great. Where are we?
Does it give me the over like? I'm going to actually
give me sure. Give me a general just an arcana. Give me an arcana.
17.
Well, you don't know exactly where you are. You do know that this seems to be some part of the Fey realm.
Okay.
Huh.
This is when we look at you going, does any of this look familiar to you?
Well, I must admit, it doesn't look particularly familiar, but the Fey realm is known for not quite staying the same. What you might find in a grove one day is not there, and then it returns and moves on. It's more like a dream. Everything there is sort of familiar, but everything is also very unusual.
I'm getting that.
No,
I'm going to use my...
As you're saying that, there's like a shimmer. Almost like the camera on the scene spins around, and as it spins and spins, you see a weird flash of 5 individuals sat at a table in a room, and then it flashes back again, and you're as you are.
Yeah. So
did everyone see that?
It does unusual things like that.
Okay.
So
I've seen Murder.
With my planetary warrior background, can I do a detect portal, please? And see if this is an actual junction to the Fey realm?
Sure. Give me a roll.
Ooh. What would you like with it?
Just intelligence.
Just an intelligence?
Yeah, give me a intelligence.
17.
17. You feel like there was a potential that there could be something here that could... So yes and no. Okay,
it is a Fey realm, but not the one I would know of.
Yes.
Okay.
But with your previous role, adding to that, you know that this potentially was constructed, not born.
Okay.
It's a pocket dimension.
Interesting.
Yeah, sort of like
magic.
A magic, a junction. So like a place created through large magical energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
That makes more sense.
Somebody made this.
Yes. The one thing I will tell you all is kindness gets you a lot further in the Fey realm than violence.
As the branch comes down and smacks you around the head.
And I'm just like, that was the wrong cheeks. Looking around, is there a path?
So,
the yellow brick road.
You see before you this the same beam of light that now settles in an area just about 10 feet in front of all of you. The rays are growing, and they just seem to be sending these dancing lights across a watery surface. It looks like the actual sun rays are growing more and more, but it might take a little time for whatever it's doing to happen.
Okay. So everything else that we see is in darkness, or is it...
It's like a strange haze to it.
Like misty almost.
Yeah, it's... Like if you see something from a distance, and you're in focus, especially wearing glasses, there's always a haze.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're seeing around you. Things that are closer
seem fine.
Yeah.
Everything at a distance seems slightly out of focus.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite Squiggles out from his little hidden bag where I keep them. And just invite him up on my shoulder.
You see his little hands crawl up claw up your armour, and he just sits on your shoulder and just stare around with his big bulbous black eyes, like just surveying.
What do you think of this, little friend? I agree.
So why can't you speak so?
So, is the path getting clearer and clearer the longer we stand there waiting for the light to come?
So as the light's filling, it's growing, and what you're beginning to see, not necessarily a path, but you begin to see the edges of a swamp.
Okay. So an edge of a swamp is appearing.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Okay. How is it like deep from what we can see? Like the small.
The swamp itself looks deep. It's getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And then strange zombies. No, zombies.
God damn it.
No, but yeah, so it looks like deeper and deeper, and it's different to the other swamp, the one where you camped and had that terrible encounter. This is. It looks more, even though it's a swamp, it looks kind of welcoming.
Yeah. Okay, and as the longer we wait, the more of it's being revealed slowly as we go. Okay, well, I think I'll just load both guns. Make sure they're loaded. I think they might be loaded from when Xenon and I went for our exploration.
I think they are, yeah.
Just give them a check over, check they're all good. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably pack the flintlock onto my bag, so if the water's deep, it's out of the water.
Okay.
And the pistol I'll just keep higher up in my jacket like last time. So when we were going through the water, neither of them is like going in the water. So just sort of like making sure everything's like sealed up, like the nut tube sealed up on the top, so the paper doesn't get wet. Those sorts of simple things.
I would say in this time, a good hour passes
An hour? I've not
An
even
hour.
moved.
of waiting for the swamp to reveal itself.
This is fucking rigged. We've only got 12 hours, but
And then
first you've
11
got to
more
lose
hours
1 hour.
pass. Game over. Okay, that's
Then there's a big door, then you've got to wait an hour for the big door to open. Not wide enough.
Another hour passes, so 1 hour at this point. As your attention is snapped to a series of bubbles begins to collect on the surface. Just popping and bubbling.
Right.
And you notice the water levels beginning to drop. And then you hear a rumble. As you feel like an eruption beneath your very feet. As if something from beneath the swamp is coming to the surface. And then you see something fashioned from stone rising. These fetid swamp waters just dripping over the surface. Then more and more of it becomes into view. Before long you realise that the very ground is lifting from the swamps themselves, casted away. And this huge stone structure, resembling a very large stone skull, comes into view fully.
Cool.
Ah, Castle Grayskull.
Fine.
Give me general perception.
Everybody?
I use mine.
Everyone, as you're all there looking
with
at
my.
Of course.
Cool.
Is that passive or
24.
No, with like an actual roll.
19?
Okay.
17.
Okay.
26.
15.
Okay. Okay, so you all see and you scrutinise the structure, but you almost feel like something seems off. Then you catch sight of very tiny golden glints hidden beneath an age of fetid swamp waters, mossweed, and the elements. The actual skull is made from gold.
Ooh.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
That's
I
a
mean,
good loot in
it's-
itself.
Let's snap the jaw off and loot.
Okay, fine, we'll pick it up.
The skull
with
itself,
us.
to put it in perspective, it is as big as a pyramid.
Yeah, it's like massive.
Oh, it's huge.
Oh wow, okay. I can fit that in my box.
So you're literally at...
Well, let's put it in a pocket, let's pick it up.
When it's coming out of the water,
Might be too
is it
serious,
like
athlete.
open mouth, like you would imagine? So like it's got no bottom jaw. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, so, So, as it comes into view,
Yeah.
you can see that its actual mouth is shut,
Okay.
keeping the charnel sealed.
Okay.
And you now believe that this is what you've been searching for. This is the charnel.
Okay. Is there anything, looking over it, is there anything like etched into it, like writing? And another thing is the skull humanoid, like looking.
Give me an investigation.
Christ, 24.
Okay. So, casting your eyes around over the skull, there's no sign of anything looking. The eyes have been, well, the holes, they've been carved deep into the recesses. There's no...
They're not hollow, so it literally is just in an envelopment into the rock.
So it's all been fashioned this way. This is potentially a man-made. It doesn't scream of magic. Whatever this was has been carved and fashioned by hands.
Like many, many, many hands.
Yes, many, many hands.
Okay.
I got a question. How are the creatures that are around here reacting to this thing coming out of the ground?
So glancing around, that haze covers up most of the view of what you can see. As this huge structure was rising from the swamp, there was a scamperer. Creatures did rush back into the foliage deep, but then they were covered by this haze. So as to how far they've gone, or if they're still watching, you can't tell.
Well, the thing is, we have to put the glass in the right place for this to open. So the thing is, the last time this was open was the last time anyone put that glass there. So the thing is, they might not have had it open for a century. So the creatures here might never have seen the skull rise.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So is there, in my investigation, is there anything like...
So are you getting closer?
Well, I'm going to have to, because I'm not going to read from like...
Okay, so now that the swamp waters himself has evaporated consistently, there's only... it's very shallow.
A couple of inches.
Yeah, you can step through it, no problem. Glancing around at this huge skull, you find an alcove that's slightly concealed by some old swamp weed and foliage. And as you push through the swamp weed, you see a rusted pulley mechanism. And these old chains seem to disappear inside the structure, hinting that this could be some form of control mechanism.
But it looks like a normal contraption, not magical. So it looks like you can operate it like a gate.
Yes.
Okay. Can I give it investigation?
Yeah.
See if I can give it find a key for it, if it's got a key mechanism or it's a winder or,
Sure. Give me an investigation.
That's a D12. I'm on the beers. 25.
Okay. So you can't see any keyholes. There's no there's nothing. No mechanisms that look like it's turned or anything. It's just. It looks like literally a pulley system. You feel like you need to potentially crank it towards you.
I turn, look over my shoulder, and I'm like,
off again.
This might be a job for brawn over brains.
I mean, if you're happy it's safe.
As happy as I could be. I will stand here, so, if a scythe comes, it'll take us both at least.
Good to know. Thanks,
Splendid. Looking at it, is there 2 pulleys or
just
a
one
pulley? I think it's one and done sort of thing, really.
Okay, well, not really got time to think about it, do we?
No, we've waited an hour just waiting for the sun to set, really.
Yeah. Okay. I pull the lever. Pull the lever, Gronk.
Okay.
It's just the one lever,
yeah.
actually.
Give me a strength test.
I'm glad you did this.
Are you?
as I'm stood next to him, even though I'm not very strong,
Help action.
can I like assist, like give him like a hand with a footing or something? Is like it?
No, you want to pull that bit.
No, like say he's pulling. Is it something that like I can steady him to help?
Yeah. Say help.
Action.
I'll just do the help. I'll do the help action.
The help action.
Just roll it with advantage.
Yeah,
Just roll 2.
Just draw another one.
I would say that I assume that your roll was low.
It wasn't great. It was.
Yeah,
it was
just
7.
roll another
7,
one.
yeah. So when you first trying to latch hold of the pulley and you crank it, you realise that it's not been used in a long time. It's so stiff and sturdy.
Probably a bit greasy as well from this one.
Ah.
Has anyone got any WD-40?
Cast groups.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to.
Okay.
I get a fish. I get a fish, and I just squeeze all out of it.
Okay, sorry.
Got that. I feel done
I
with
didn't
it.
have my morning coffee.
Of course.
I should have stretched before I did this. Okay. I'm going to try again.
I would say that Theo can assist you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. Give it the big one.
Where's the other one?
Oh.
Well, that one's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with that plus
Yeah, I
your
think we'll
strength.
go with that one. Plus strength is 2, isn't it? Yeah. 18.
Okay, nice. You yank the lever down. The dust of ages past them just sputters into the murky swamp air before you. And you feel the chains beginning to crank to life. The sealed stone archway begins to lift. So those of you that are stood watching at that skull, and obviously you're helping at this moment in time, you're assisting. So you are.
I'm very much involved.
You're almost like helping him pull back. But the 3 of you that are staring at this structure, you can see that the what would have been the mouth, the sealed mouth, is now opening. As it lifts, you can see it disappearing inside that overhanging teeth of this golden skull structure is an entranceway. And there's a horrible, dank, musky smell of death that escapes that entrance. And suddenly you all feel this icy chill that runs down your spine, similar to going through that horrible misty veil. As a high-pitched whir of trapped air rushes past you, skipping and escaping up into the daylight.
I don't think anyone's been in here for a while.
Give me a religion check.
It must have been at least 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's where I've got this is religion. 15.
Yeah.
You feel your gut churn then, as the depths below the entrance fills you with this horrible, unholy dread emitting from the stone staircase that you can now see that's descending and vanishing into darkness.
It's all good down there.
Looks inviting.
That's real wet. They played the mat out and everything. Well done.
So you're still holding onto the levers right now?
Yeah.
I
So
would say to Fermat, that thing you can do when you can detect the evil and stuff. You might want to do that.
is my undead sense going off like mad or no?
No.
Okay. I'm like, well, just out of elimination processes, you don't have to look for the undead.
Well, it's good to know.
Have you got this?
Yes.
And I let go, and turns out I haven't actually been holding on to it. I've been holding above it. And I'm like, oh, you do have it.
As I was
Okay,
more
wonderful.
moral help you
Yeah.
were supplying. Thank you.
Walking back round to the mouth of it, I want to see if I can see the pulley system the other side. Does that make sense? Like,
You'd have to step through.
oh, I'm going to have to, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're all going in eventually.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep
We've
holding
got
the
about
lever
5
for
hours
now.
to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is taking you 5 hours just to assess the
I
entrance.
just take a nice deep breath, and I'm like, and I just go in.
Okay.
You die.
I just see my head come off.
Yeah, one of those blades come up.
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Oh.
Here's one of those blades.
9.
Drop that down.
Okay.
Roll a d20.
Oh, no. Yeah, nice. Get your roll a character sheet. Okay.
No. Okay. You step through the you step through the mouth. So you do see this dank stairway that's heading down,
straight down,
deep down.
Yeah.
And even those with your dark vision,
yeah.
it gets to a point and then nothing.
Because dark vision ends.
Not because dark vision ends. You should be able to see beyond.
Okay.
But you can't.
Okay.
To your immediate left,
Yeah.
you can see the chain mechanism,
Okay.
which has still been currently. It's straining.
Because it's holding the door up.
Yes. Because your compatriot Fenrir
Is holding.
is holding the lever.
Is there a pin system? So like with cogwheels, you get
no.
pins.
So there isn't that you can't see any pins. It looks like it wasn't really meant to be
cut
open.
before he explains it for 5 minutes.
Okay, so alright then, with where it's opened up and recessed into the mouth, is there anything that we've seen, like a log or like anything that I can use to jam the system to stop the door shutting?
Give me a quick perception.
You're armed to the teeth.
19.
Okay, so a little bit further back, when you first came through all those thorns and brambles, there is a fairly hefty sized log that you think you could.
So I could wedge it up inside to stop the mouth dropping.
It's a sort of log that would have made quite a good quarterstaff.
Okay. Well, I'll grab the 3 of them and just be like, you chaps give me a hand, we've got to wedge this so the chain doesn't break, which is my fear. So, like, between the 4 of us, like, manhandle it into place and like, wedge it up.
Okay.
So then Fenrir can slowly let the lever go and see if it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you head over, you grab that log, and then I would say, no reason to roll. You are able to position that into the chain, and now all that remains is for Fenrir to release.
We're all outside at this point, and I'll ask him to release it.
Slowly let it go.
Leather.
Gronk.
Yeah.
Okay, you let go. Immediately the chain begins to go, and then you feel it catch.
Okay.
There's like a slight strain, and then there's a silence.
Well, that should hold it for a minute.
Quick!
Better get it shipped on, boys.
And that took you 2 hours. No, it didn't.
Yeah. So.
Feels like it.
So, right, got this pathway down in front of us, we've wedged the door, we've got a rope so we know where the door is through the mist.
And those of you that
And now we can start playing.
and those of you that don't have any dark vision, you'll need.
Casting light on my staff.
Okay.
Yes. I can
Into light
see.
the way.
We can see.
Yeah.
You sort of pull the shaft, the staff.
Pull the shaft.
Pull the shaft.
Don't forget to work the
Grease the whistle.
So,
Don't neglect the
you and
balls.
I. So, if Fenrir and I lead, do you 2 want to stay in the middle with Zeal? So 3 behind us 2?
Okay.
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 Down the steps we go, baby.
Have you both got dark vision?
Yeah.
Careful with no steps, we had a problem with them last time.
I'm going to fall down the stairs. There we go.
One by one, you begin to descend the steps.
I take it they're stone steps.
Yes.
With wood.
Yeah.
Take the first step and just like.
And it begins to get darker.
The more steps you take,
The more steps you take. You catch glimpses of centuries-old cobwebs draped from the ceiling above. And you can hear something echoing below. As if something clattered or dropped from a height. Are you continuing down?
It's only one way.
Are there
baby.
any spiders in the spider's webs?
Any spiders in the webs? Give me an investigation.
Bitch, you
Let
never
her
said you
know
could see
we're
it.
here. Spider's like, what the?
I'd like to intimidate.
Oh, careful now. We're in a different plane. There's going to be service charges.
You see...
I've got data roaming.
You see a few very tiny spiders that are in these cobwebs. Nothing major, maybe. I mean, for this part of the world, size of a tarantula, maybe.
Okay.
Nothing that makes you think you need to question.
Yeah, okay.
Bloody hell, we've been trapped here for centuries.
It's just bright blue with an S on their back.
Skype.
Yeah. Hello.
Wait, so you get internet goals, yeah? Let's pick one up and be like, Sylvain!
Hello, we're here. It's just to open its
We
legs
made it.
up. Hello.
There's a green one that when you pick it, it plays music.
That's the Spotify one.
Thanks for the instructions.
Yeah.
It's great.
We're
Just
here.
put it back in the web.
We're here.
Don't fizzle a bit high. Just put it back in the web.
It's like, what the...
It's not been disturbed for centuries.
all 8 legs just reach around and go.
Yeah, they just put 2 together and go like that. Yeah, so just working our way down. I'm just using my dark vision, just trying to do perceptions as we go down, because I'm like aware of like the steps and if there's any like
Traps.
what I don't want to do is step on something that looks like an unusual stone.
Okay. Give me a
Survival? Investigation.
it would be you actually if you're going to be checking for traps and you're going to be using be your sleight of hand, wouldn't it?
It'd be investigation.
Oh, is it general investigation?
It's like has disabling.
Oh, right, that's right.
Investigation is you absolute legend. 22.
22. Okay. As you head further downstairs, you spot strange grooves in the crevice of where each step meets the other depression. Shy, you ask for a bit more light. And you bring your staff over and you shine this burst of light and you realise that this repeats for each step for as far as you can see. And this strange depression, it just looks like potentially it could do something.
Turns into a ramp, turns into a slide. They literally collapse into each other like that.
Maybe.
Is that what my intelligence is telling me? My assumption.
Your intelligence, if it's a depression, it must do
Yeah. It just goes, and then we're just straight into. The
You
mouth
tell
of a
me,
dragon.
David.
We're
Is
straight-
your
yeah.
intelligence telling you
We're
right now
straight
this could
into
be a
the mouth
slide?
of a dragon? Excellent, perfect, sweet as. Right, okay. Knowing this information, I then grab somebody else's rope and I tie it up the top of the steps and I lead it down with us in case we need to climb our way out.
As you turn around
Yeah.
and you begin to tie it around, I need all of you to give me an athletics test.
Okay.
Athletics.
Oh, great. The one I'm really bad at.
Oh, I'm really good.
Oh, not bad today. What do you get? Nat 20.
Nat
You
20.
leg end.
Nat 20 as well.
Nice.
2.
I want to stretch it. Good.
13.
13.
18.
18. Okay. So you've got a rope tied around you.
Yeah.
Or you've just turned around, started to tie it around you. When the stairway that you're on depresses, and as you say, there's a slide.
A slip and slide.
Those of you that rolled above 19,
Yeah.
you're quickly quickly turn around and get back up to the top of the slope of the stairs. As those of you that are still on it, it creates a sharp decline. Before you can react, you fall to your feet. You fall to your feet? You fall to your back. Yeah. You fall off your feet. Yeah. And you fall against the flat stone and begin to slide downwards into this dark void. You sort of cough and sputter as seemingly you pass through this thick sheet of smoke, or maybe it's cobwebs. But all 3 of you now are sliding down. So you still have this rope.
So it's just me and you and
No,
Sue.
no. Those 2 passed. Yeah. Fitz has it as well.
I've lost, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
were with
lost.
us, aren't you?
I got a 13.
I got 2.
Yeah.
So
You got 2. I
those-
thought you got a 20.
No, I got
I
2,
didn't touch
David.
20.
Oh, you're the only
It
one.
was below 19 to fail. Yeah.
Yes,
got
below
that
19 was a fail.
So you were at the
okay.
top with Zeal, and the rest of us are...
Bye. We just watched as they go.
So you begin to rush down, tremendous speed now.
I'm casting mage armor on myself.
Okay.
You're glowing green next
That's
to me,
a
and
precaution.
I'm like, that's never a good sign.
I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
So twisting and shouting and sliding down this stone slide, you grasp and clutch at anything that you can. You're unable to find any nook or cranny to catch hold of. And then you see right below you this cluster of very sharp, glinting spikes that are fast approaching.
Who's next to me?
Oh, I need
now
to
you-
Who's
do
next to me on the slide?
The nearest
Oh,
one
I need to
would
do
be
something.
Felix. Oh, yeah.
Featherfall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there thinking me and Felix are going to have to wedge ourselves like this.
Do that.
Just next to each other.
Okay, so as you
Okay,
cast
someone can think of a plan now.
Featherfall, you begin.
I hold on to Felix. So we're all slowing. I hold on to Felix. I'm like, Felix, push against that side. I'll push against this side, and literally like try and wedge ourselves. Like that.
Spider break.
Yeah. So like,
How wide is this?
So the hallway itself is I'd say it's 2 people's width.
Oh, you can easily.
So the
shoulder to
Can
shoulder.
I use my staff to try and wedge?
yeah, I'd say you probably can.
Yeah.
Give me another athletics, but with advantage, considering you've got Featherfall, you've got plenty of time to try again.
So that's just rolled it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the high one. So I'll take a 6.
Okay, so you kind of like reaching around with your staff, and you keep trying to get it through one of the gaps on the stone walls as you're heading further and further, and you can see these spikes like slowly approaching. Thanks to the Featherfall, and you just can't seem to get the grip. So actually,
trying to
just
put it into a spin.
I'm just like trying to test, and how quick do I realise that Zeal and Fenrir aren't with us?
you realise quite quick. As soon as Featherfall's cast, it's
Okay.
given you enough time. You are slowly descending towards the spikes.
So as we're doing this, I'm literally like, because how far have we gone? We've gone quite far.
Yeah. You. So I would say, Seal and Fenrir, as you scamper back up the stairway and you peer down into that darkness, you see like this glint of it would have been like belt straps from your comrades as they. And
So
you
is
can
there
see
a
how deep
rope
they are.
attached
Tied
to
to me.
you?
Well, there is, but where's
There is.
the end of it?
Well, it's still with you at the moment.
I'm like, are you at the top? And I just need one of you lads really
Yes.
quick.
We've got roads between us
Stand to
anyway.
one side.
What confuses you is that he's speaking to you but sliding
Oh,
down.
I'm like, stand
Because
to one
you don't
side.
know.
So I grab my grappling hook,
Me and Zool
tie
push to either side of
Oh,
the
you've got time to double knot that.
my rope to the end. Yeah, tie my rope to the end, and I'm literally just like,
Launch it up, yes.
sweet baby
Oh,
Jesus,
those spikes
please
are getting
work.
close.
And I literally just,
How you doing?
as hard as I can, up through.
Okay, give me a strength and dex.
Strength and dex.
Strength and dex, one after the other.
Strength is a 16.
Okay, nice.
Nat 20 on the corner of the back. Turns out I've thrown several looks in my tongue.
So with
I guess
the
we just see this hook go, boom,
yeah, so with the small space that you've got, you throw this hook up, and even though it clatters on the wall, with somehow you've got this perfect aim.
Bowling up.
It's literally gone bing, and as it hits the wall, you hear this clunk, and then you see this sort of sparkle of glint as this hook comes
that's how
flying up
pleasant
the
it was.
passageway.
Jesus Christ.
And as it sort of flings into the stone and begins to sort of spark up as it's trying to grip hold of something, what do you two want to do?
Well, grab it.
Yeah, grab it and attach it to
Should we-
whatever looks
Anything
best
you can
to
hook it
hook it onto.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
You will also grab the rope.
you're also going to grab over this place.
Well, it's tied to me, so I'm like this.
Hey, buddy.
Just trying to grab everyone.
Okay, so you quickly hug onto each other in this lovely embrace, and for the first time in your life, Felix, you feel loved.
You're somewhere in the middle. And you can feel Norm's appendage against your leg.
Spikes. Let's go.
There's a good day to start.
It's just the way you turn. It's just the way you turn to me. Yeah, just the way you turn to me. Just like, let me go.
It's my time.
So I wanted to go.
Accept the
So
embrace.
at the bottom of this pit, those of you that are slow falling, you also do realise this is how enemies feel when you squish their heads slowly with hammers.
Just seeing the impending doom.
Yeah. Give me a acrobatics because I kind of no. Just give me general athletics. See if you can grab this.
We're both trying to go for it.
I'm good with athletics.
Yeah, you are.
17.
Okay. You as it comes up and it's sparking, you do manage to catch it.
One hand.
You can assist.
Yeah, I'm going to grab
Okay, so you quickly grab. So strength test with advantage. Go for it.
Cool.
Just finish.
And guidance, what you got as well?
Yeah, no
Because I'm
problem.
holding
What does
on to
guidance
as well.
mean? Is that like an extra
That's
thing?
D4 on top.
Is that one of them?
Yeah. So did you roll that twice?
I
Roll
rolled
it twice,
that
get it.
once.
Roll it again. See if it's higher. So it's I remember what it is. Yeah, well, it's going to be higher than that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 14 plus 3 is 17
Yeah.
plus your strength
Oh, damn. That's
plus
Two.
2.
There you go.
so
19.
19.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
Maths.
you snap back with all your strength and you push your legs and lock them into place, creating this sort of like vice almost, and you just hold all the weight of the three of them. It's not easy, but it's like it's still three
But it is
grown
the
men.
The feather fall.
Yeah, the feather falls slowing us.
Weird.
Right. How far away from these spikes?
So I would say now you're about 20 feet away from these spikes as you're heading
So-
slower and slowly and
I'm
slower
like-
and slower towards the
like-
spikes.
If you can secure the hook, it would be grand. We've got about 20 feet before impending death.
I just look at my massive muscles and be like, it's secure.
You're like, you can hear the armour flexing around you. You're like,
So as you're holding that rope and you hear for your time, the rope goes very taut. And the three of you are just like hanging
Off
about
that,
5 feet away from these spikes at this point.
okay. So we're right at the spikes.
Let us go.
How much movement have you got up there? So how far away is she from the edge?
I would say you're
She's right on the
right
edge.
on the edge.
And Zeal's holding on to Fenrir, or
Hope.
Zeal
The rope as well. So.
the rope.
Yeah,
So if Zeal let go, Fenrir might go with him.
potentially
Does.
though.
Okay, right. Bollocks. How the fuck am I going to think about this? Okay, they're all held on to me.
On the good side though is that
Yeah.
you are now all pressed up against the stairway.
Yeah.
You've gone past the feather fall and free spilling, and you're kind of now all politely just against
So-
the stone floor.
So if I, because we're still on the slope though,
Yeah.
aren't we? Yeah. So I'm going to say, like, we'll just lower each other down. We've only got 5 feet left.
Yeah.
We'll just lower each other down so that we can gently move away from the spikes. So Felix will go first. So like me and Norm will hold a hand each and just slowly lower him down so he misses the spikes. So he can just stand on the floor.
Yeah, I'll say that you think with. So whoever's been lowered, I'll say with a quick acrobatics, because you are going to have to swivel yourself around a little bit. But I'll say that
What am I looking at? Like, is there a path at the bottom of this?
So it looks like the spikes is like almost like a pit. That when everything lowered, that one of the stone slabs rose with it
Open it.
through a
And
wheel.
does the corridor continue?
So it
past
looks
that
like
pit?
after that stone slab, it actually looks like it breaks out into a room of some description.
So we could do with something to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Is what we're after. Alright, I don't have anything like that though.
How thick are the spikes?
You're looking at about 3 feet.
No, I mean individually.
Oh, like the general thickness,
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Wooden? Metal?
Yeah, made of wood.
So we can
smash them.
floating disc.
So we can just break them off with a short sword. Then.
Yeah, you reckon you could?
Well, he's got a short sword.
We could burn them.
I'm just going to start
Fire.
casting create bond. No, I don't have that.
Are they wood, aren't they?
Yeah, you
Well,
could
yeah,
burn them.
I'll just try
Fire
acid.
ball.
Yeah, to see if that and Norman's going to throw up. Out of the
Fire
shot.
ball.
All right, give me a just give me a general like attack roll.
I mean, it's a dex save spell, so they just automatically.
Oh, is it
fail
dex save
because they're stationary objects.
They're looking at you just like.
Okay, I'll say that. Yeah, all right. With you, Astrid. Yeah. Slowly, you kind of begin to get enough of the burn on the spikes that they begin to sort of fall over, crack, and it becomes less and less of a kind of
Never.
hazardous place.
Jobs are good.
Yeah, so just do that.
Okay.
Just try and remove them, and then let Felix down. Then you can just with a short sword, and then you've got nothing to fear.
All right.
Alright. Sand.
Tappy.
You get covered in acid.
It's alright, it wears off.
It's quick burn, it's fine.
You're still going to have to swim around, especially with the acid.
so,
So
yeah,
just
what do I need?
acrobatics. Just give me an acrobatics test.
Naturally.
Brilliant. Okay, so as you're
For an old man, it's really
as you're lowered down, you actually surprisingly that staff finally comes into use, and you're actually able to use it to give yourself a sort of pulley and not break your fall, but to help yourself a bit more, to guide yourself around these spikes.
Just pole vaults over with it, surely.
Just drop him on it. And just Academy gymnastics team.
And you do manage to jump over the pit.
Turns out in wizard school, he was
And
actually
taking your short sword out, you begin to try and chop down some of the spikes.
Alright.
Give me a quick investigation
Oh, what am I investigating?
or perception.
Deception.
You want to see
What are you perceiving?
You want to see which end of the
pass-
short sword you're
Passive
holding.
or roll perception?
Just roll perception. Unless is your passive high?
Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's kind of the point of passive perception.
Okay, then yes.
Does he notice the thing or not?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I rolled a 14 on perception.
right. Okay, then yes. So as you're chopping down some of the spikes, nearby on the left-hand side of the wall, you notice a mechanism, another lever of sorts, that seems to be protruding from close by the wall.
resets the
Oh,
steps.
so maybe that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll wait. I'm not gonna do it now, but I'll wait for them to, and I'll show them when they get over. I'll show them
This is how easy you could have got down, guys.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know if it's gonna.
No. You're right. Could be a
More
fireball trap.
Just spikes come up through where we're sat. Yeah.
But I suspect that they're probably.
The lever makes all ropes in the area disintegrate.
Anti-rope lever.
So
That's
so
the
as they-
flamethrower that comes down.
As they am I in a position to kind of help them across?
Yeah. So you one by one, you can help them,
I can assist.
and
them
you
if they-
you pull each of them across.
And I'm like, right, I'm going to untie myself from the rope, so it should go slack. What we're going to need to do is I'm going to tie small rope onto the end, and then you're going to have to find somewhere to secure it up the top.
Okay.
Splendid. So, I asked one of my fellow party members for their rope.
I don't know if I've done it.
You've got your general adventurers kit.
I've got the other one that. What's it?
He's got the no rope kit.
Yeah.
So I'll look at Zeal and be like, "May I have your rope, Zeal?"
I don't think. Can you see Zero?
You're showing up.
Oh right, no, he's at the top.
Shall we try this lever?
Try the lever first.
We're going to try a lever. I just slide down. I'm like, right.
Stand back
Which
to
lever
say-
are we trying?
I've seen this lever. I think it might.
And as you point to it, you notice there's 4 more levers.
A puzzle!
So yeah, just give it a go. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he tells us to stand back.
Yeah, stand back.
Unlike the one outside, surprisingly, this one clips down quite easy. And then those are the 2 of you at the top feel this immense heat as a fire. No,
Fireball. Yeah.
just 2 cindered bodies fall down the pit.
The acid dispenser.
No, as you pull the lever, you see the stairway resets, and those spiky pits of doom cover with one of the steps.
Do we know what activated them? We just activated them.
No
What
idea.
happened? One of the steps, I guess.
It didn't appear to be pressure based.
All right, let's hang on to that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, so I'm just like, we're probably going to keep the rope in place. So, can one of you chuck down your rope down the staircase?
Yeah, I've got one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, can you just lob it down?
Ow!
Because I don't want to step on the pressure plate and end up sliding back again.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay.
eat my rope now.
I just tie it on.
Okay.
Now I'm like, you've got plenty of slack now if you'd like to find something to secure it on.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Okay, play it safe.
find
Oh, God,
something.
Doing the same thing,
Yeah. So,
and then you're both gonna head down.
yeah.
After I've secured the rope at the top.
After you discover the rest at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just hold the rope as we walk down the steps.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you very slowly head down.
Hold on tight, Swivel.
Everything seems okay.
Didn't seem to...
No. Everything seems okay.
Okay, splendid.
Cool.
Okay, right, we're at the bottom. It's only taken us 3 hours.
Is it worth recording that, just in case anyone tries to follow us?
Oh,
Oh,
Because that'd be a nasty little surprise for them if they went down
that's
there.
true.
that's
Don't
actually,
give them an easy access there.
that's actually not a bad idea.
Yes.
At least we hear them coming down.
Let's go.
So I hold on to the rope, even though it's 3 lengths now, and I'm like, return.
She returns.
Yeah. Just a lot of it.
Yeah.
Loads of ropes.
It's like, and as the last bit comes, you see this big huge weight.
The rocks coming.
Yeah.
Turns out Fender is tied into the stick on the door.
Everything just goes horribly dark.
And I'm just like, should have asked that question first, really, shouldn't I? No, so I'd like tie up the rope, give Zeal his one back. No, give Fenrir your one back. I put mine, tie mine back up and put it back in my pack.
Okay, each of you collect yourself. Some of you rubbing aching joints from the very interesting predicament you found yourself.
Times to collect myself.
Little bits
No
of
one runs
you.
the top. Hold on for another girl.
And you now find that you're stood in a dimly lit, large, perfectly square chamber. There's a large stone door that's situated north of you, which is caked with a layer of dust, sand, and sort of lichen that conceals strange patterns that are over this doorway from being deciphered. You do notice near the doorway there is a circular dial that protrudes from one side of the doorway.
Well, 3 of you have at it.
Are these etchings, the markings, are they a language? Or do they appear to be like
So, give me an investigation.
investigation?
Can I help?
You can help.
I'm just going to prestidigitate all the shit off the door.
Yes.
No, okay.
Okay, I'll say that gives you advantage.
I got 24.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I'll take that.
So with prestidigitation and your own hands, you begin to brush off the sand and dust and prying some of the lichen that covers those particularly more concealing places with sword points and daggers, etc. You eventually step back and take in the patterns, and you make out a mix of hieroglyphics of some ancient people. The central image depicts a crown sitting atop an altar, with the rays of the sun cast down overhead. To the sides are depictions of followers kneeling in praise of the crown and the sun. You ascertain that an inscription has been made beneath the mural. It doesn't seem to be in any language you necessarily know.
Can I ritual cast a spell?
Yeah, you can ritual cast anything you
How
want.
long does that take?
As long as it doesn't take 11 hours, we should be fine.
Yeah. Something in.
Comprehend languages.
So, comprehend languages as a ritual cast?
For you, it's as long as it takes to cast the spell.
Yeah, you can do it quicker.
I can just do it. I've got that thing as well, haven't I? That lets me quicken spell. So I'll quicken spell.
You just do it with your book.
Yeah, it's a magical book.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, comprehend languages on these.
Okay.
Yeah, probably until
You begin to ritual cast and quicken with your book. Is that correct?
Yeah. Magic spell.
And comprehend languages. As you see Felix just run his hands over this tome, and you see this sort of strange, arcanic, magical elements just protrudes and smothers over the walls. Things become clearer. And you begin to piece together what some of these inscriptions roughly translate as. And you read, "Praise our Lord Sultan, Idrahad al-Rashid, the first of the Empire of the Fiery Hearts. Let him rest in our ever-worshipping arms. The warmth of the sun shall soothe his soul." As you're reading this, you cast your eyes around the rest of the room and you notice more of these intricately carved hieroglyphics. Each symbol seems to be a portal to a distant past. At least in your mind, this is what you've been training for all those years. This is what you've seen on countless expeditions. You see, these are adorning the west and east walls of the chamber, and you begin to brush away, quick, like almost in a trance. This sort of thing. It just transcends you. The hieroglyphics are vivid against the worn sandstone, and they kind of weave this mesmerizing tapestry that told a tale of mighty sultans, triumphant battles, and a civilization that thrived in the shadow of gods. Further investigating, they seem to come alive, shimmering with a faint bluish glow before each figure sprung to life before you. Even those of you that are watching, you can see this is transcending, this is happening right before your very eyes. The ghostly apparitions, they materialize into mighty warriors of the sun, adorned in togas and golden helmets that were adorned themselves with jewel-encrusted sun rays curving the back of their helm. They wielded flaming swords and clashed against dark, shadowy adversaries, one sword swipe after the next, chasing these shadowy things away, their eyes filled with this fierce determination. It then begins to whirl and spill and change to scenes of farmers that are tilling the fertile soil, depicted the significance of agriculture in their daily lives, ensuring the survival and prosperity of their civilization. And with each step that you take around this room, the story continues, unfolding before you like some theatrical drama. As priests that were adorned in ceremonial garments, conducting rituals in honor of the sun, gesturing in praise to their sultan who proudly sat on a throne of stone. And at his side was his queen, a beautiful sun-kissed woman, wrapped in a ceremonial skirt that ran as long as a river. In fact, you see in these hieroglyphics that the boats sailed that very river of her dress, hinting at an expansive trade network. The Sultan's people praised and worshipped at the Queen's feet, showering her with offerings. She was loved. On the opposite wall now, you see, pictured with a swollen stomach, the Queen with child. The people celebrated in the streets for 5 days and 5 nights, each day to celebrate the 5 sons that she birthed. The sons grew up, one a scholar, and the 4 remaining leading their father's armies, conquering the lands west to what was referred to as the Forbidden Stretch. Depictions of large figures, giants perhaps, they fought with the sons. And then you see in another depiction that the sons have cut off these giants' heads and were praised as heroes upon their return home. The 4 sons return triumphant, but are met with their people in throes of sadness and mourning for their king, deceased from a sudden illness. They are depicted on hands and knees, arms raised, honouring the gods as the once mighty king now lays atop an altar, a resting place. The 4 sons are then depicted facing left in a staggered direction toward their mother, the Queen, for comfort. With multiple arms outstretched, she's depicted as caressing them all in a loving embrace, 2 arms to each sun, each pair of arms inverted and facing right towards the suns. The 5th sun, the scholar, watches on. Finally, an engraving shows the people of the sun praise the charnel, the very charnel that you're in. As another group of people, you think perhaps these are the suns again, carry their dead king towards it. And that's what you come across.
Well, that was weird.
I'm not the best at these sorts of things, but I'm guessing this is a tomb. Yeah.
Name's a clue.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, these are holy grounds, and we must be respectful.
Can I do a history check?
So was this the
names in this come up to where?
Yeah. If we recognise.
Sure.
We're gonna rob a tomb.
18.
Okay, so what are you kind of looking for? You're looking for...
The names that come up for the sultans and
Okay, so
the story in general, for anything just kind of collects as...
The only name that was actually there was actually the name of the sultan.
Yeah.
Which I previously said. Let me get my notes a minute. Which was the Idrahad al-Rashid, who, going by these hieroglyphics, was a Lord Sultan of the people.
So, did you say there was a door with some kind of dial?
Yes.
What's on the dial?
Give me an investigation.
How's Squiggles reacting to all this?
Yeah, he's just sat on the
Squiggles is literally just beaming around all of these intricate patterns. He's not
He's
necessarily...
Because
he's not
when they were fighting the shadowy, was he acting strangely? Well, no.
Give me a perception.
My perception for the dial was 15.
Investigation.
15.
Okay, great. Hold on to that one moment.
26.
When they were fighting the shadow people, there was this... his eyes went fearful for a slight moment.
So, putting that together, so the thing a Fizzlewick was on about, where they're fighting these shadowy creatures. So these guys were the original ones to fight them off before the Ashari started fighting them.
You think so?
Or they were fighting them together.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was getting at with the history check, seeing if there's a story that...
It doesn't... Nothing on the walls seemed to suggest that the Ashara were fighting alongside these people.
But I was wondering if there was a similar story somewhere else in history. That
the shadows...
Yeah.
The shadowy beings... does seem to tie in with what you were told by Fizzlewick.
Skulk and
I bet you're well excited to get your hands on one of them fiery swords.
Yeah.
Well, I'm figuring it was. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Fenrir, as you investigate the dial, you realise that it's a stone. It's made of stone. It's a very old circular device that it looks like it can be turned clockwise or counterclockwise inside an actual groove that you'll have to put your hand in to turn the dial.
Oh god.
It's been chiselled to secure an iron chain that literally disappears high above you. It seems so tight of a gap that it doesn't look like you're going to be able to pop anything in there. There seems to be 3 stone depressions above the device.
Combination look.
Yeah.
So
Give me another investigation.
I don't want to put my hand in it.
What did you get before you got 15, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 depressions, are they marked or are they literally just indents?
They look just like indents.
It's not much better. 11.
What did you get?
11.
11. Okay.
Looking stupider as I look at it.
Oh, my brain!
So you kind of look at this depression and you bring the staff closer to illuminate. It seems that these indentations is where some sort of mechanism of age-old rope and crude copper wiring you can just about make out, and these very tiny little gaps. So the depression itself, even though it was the stone, there's the slightest little gap. I mean, it's blinking, you'll miss it. So it does look like it just spins inside the doorway. It looks like there is no other way. This is the only way forward.
So we figuring there's got to be some sort of combination or twist and
Well, the thing is, if there's wiring in it, the thing is that must mean that you have to form a connection. So, like, there has to be a piece that either bridges it to make a switch work, or something that removes something to allow something
system to break.
The system to release. So, looking at it, there's a handhole. There's these 3 depressions, and you can see copper wiring.
Yes, looks like just literally behind these depressions, very slightly. You can just about see copper wiring.
Well, unless any of you are desperate to put your hand in that hole, I could suggest perhaps trying a mage hand in there.
I would prefer that.
Because mine are quite useful, you see. So
yeah, you all look rather attached to your hands.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not.
I need 2 to hold my hand.
I'll reach in there with mage hand and see what's going on inside.
Okay. You cast mage hand as it floats and shimmers and heads into the dial. And that's where we'll take a really short break.
Dial it in for the next hour.
We'll be right back. After these short words.
Oh, great and powerful YouTube algorithm deities, whose whims decide our very fates, I beseech thee, bestow Channel Divinity a boost to likes and views, for we are but humble entertainers in your vast digital realm. Hear me, great ones!
Right there, buddy. What are you doing?
Getting us more views, likes.
By sacrificing a skull.
It's already dead.
Okay. You do realise if they just click like and subscribe, it will do the trick?
So I've put this all on for nothing.
Yeah, sadly, that is... Sorry about that. Well, literally, if you just like and subscribe, you'll be doing us a great favour, and we'll just give you in return some brilliant D&D content here at Channel of Divinity. So, like, subscribe, tune in on Wednesday at 7 PM, and let's have some fun, shall we? Goodbye.
Subscribe and join the adventure every Wednesday at 7 PM.
Welcome back! Enjoy that? Yeah, great. We had a break. We really like that.
Yeah, we survived. we survived our break. So
Yeah.
back to the door.
Couple of dex checks.
Yeah,
And,
we had some rations.
Yeah. Yeah, acrobatics. I went toilet. It was great.
Yeah.
Is that what that noise was?
Yeah, he also had to roll perception.
That took me a minute.
Okay, back to the session. There's an eruption and everyone dies.
I had to roll constitution.
No, just re-roll.
Shit.
So there's a door.
There's a dial.
So what's the mage hand do? That's a big question.
Okay, let's jump straight back in. As you cast your mage hand, and it slowly slips into the dial, are you going to try and do anything, or are you just investigating
Yeah, I
to
just
see?
want to feel around in there.
Okay, so you feel that nothing sudden. There's no sudden traps. There's nothing that seems to attack. You just, as you try and turn, you feel it just turn slightly to the left. When you turn it slightly to the right, you haven't necessarily turned it fully.
But it turns both ways.
Yeah.
Not so, left is right.
There's not anything stupid like on the wall going, combinations 5, 1, 2.
Yeah, it makes me. Do I
was
get,
gonna say,
do I get the impression that it might be like a combination lock.
Give me a general intelligence.
Intelligence.
Note at the back. Don't forget the combination, guys.
Yeah.
Don't want to get yourself locked down.
23.
Okay, and all your time investigating through various crypts and tombs that you've, with your old now former crew, there were a few instances where you came across doorways that had locks, like this. Judging by what you can see as well, you ascertain that the mechanism needs to be turned a set amount of times one way and a set amount of times another way.
Okay.
And you're fairly sure that the answer lies in this room.
Okay.
Well, all of us.
Have a big look
Have
around.
a big look around.
Yeah.
Some turning
I wonder
numbers.
if there's something to do with the story on the walls.
Well, there's 5.
There's 5 sons, isn't
There's
there?
5.
But there's 1.
4 of them were warriors. One was a scholar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 4
So
turns
that's-
one way, 1 turn the other way.
Maybe it's that.
So
That's
5,
a number.
4, 1. Maybe something as simple as that.
Maybe something like
5, 1, 4. 5 sons, 1 a scholar, 4 warriors, in that order.
5, 1, 4.
So,
Looking around the
But
room,
which
is
way?
there any other indications of numbers?
there doesn't seem to be any. So the only indication is the passage that literally was the Queen, swallow and child. People celebrate in the streets for 5 days and 5 nights. Each day to celebrate the 5 sons she birthed. Then the next time you have the 4 sons return triumphant, but are met with the people in throes of sadness. The 4 sons are pictured facing left in a staggered direction toward their mother, the Queen, for comfort. With multiple arms outstretched, she is depicted as caressing them all in a loving embrace. 2 arms to each son, each pair of arms inverted and facing right toward the sons.
Okay, so it's 4 to the left.
The 5th son, the scholar, watches on.
So it's 4 to the left.
Or is it 5 to the right?
2 sets of arms, though.
2 sets of arms, so that's a lot, isn't it? So 2 sets of arms for the 4 sons, so that's 8 to the right.
To the right. If
Yeah.
they're looking to their left.
Yeah, because it
So-
says right to the sun. So
So we're gonna
maybe
say
it's just 2 numbers then. Maybe it's literally
4 left, 8 right.
8 right, yeah.
Well, 1 son looks on. Which way does he look?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's no in the passage. There's no other rights or left, is there?
No, it just says that the scholar watches on.
I reckon we get 4 and 8.
Yeah.
4 to the left, 8 to the right. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, try that.
You try it?
With the mage hand.
Okay. You slip the hand in and begin to turn the dial. 4 to the left. Then 8 to the right.
Yeah.
As you turn the dial, the last time, you hear the chains begin to clank to life. And the heavy doorway begins to raise.
Nice.
We're smart.
Fair enough.
Can I, whilst this door's open,
Okay.
there's nothing going around outside, is there? There's nothing like trappish, like I'm thinking fucking
Trapid. Something
like,
trap-like.
you know.
So you can't. So you're scanning around. Give me a quick perception.
17.
You did. No. You literally.
It's coming out of the walls.
You literally you scan around you off on the inside of this chamber, and no, you can't see anything else happening. Just the doorways opening.
Just the doorway's moving. Okay.
And as it actually opens, there's a sudden gust of stale air that rushes past you, carrying with it the weight of centuries. This doorway has not been opened in a very, very long time.
This is why I got my bandana up like that.
Why is there so much stale air?
Smells better than the swamp.
True.
All the sewers. I remember the
Yeah.
sewers. They weren't very nice.
Are you?
Well, what's inside? Is it? I'm guessing it's not lit inside.
It doesn't seem to be. It's very dark inside, and still that strange darkness permeates here. It's very hard to use your light vision.
Okay. Can I see anything with dark vision or no?
You can see the rough outline of grey stone slabs, grey structures that seems to indicate that it's another, potentially a large circular room.
Can I light one of the torches from my kit?
Of course you can.
Okay, I'll light one of the torches from the kit and I'll throw it into the room.
Throw it in. As it bounces into this chamber, you see that it is indeed a very large circular room. There's another stone-looking doorway at the very far end of this room where the torchlight just casts the shadows away. And it looks like that doorway itself has intricate patterns as well that lay across the chamber.
Okay, so
The
it's,
actual chamber doorway.
it's another room full of another story.
Potentially, you can see. You can also see in the sort of to the side. You see 4 columns.
Okay.
That seem to be holding the chamber in place.
Holding the ceiling up.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well. On we go.
No time to waste.
Yeah. So I take a very ginger step inside, and then do a quick do a quick like scout about, see if there is anything like any like traps in the doorways you pass through, like nothing hanging above our heads, just simple like quite basic traps. Like a block of spikes above our head, something like that.
Search for traps.
Search for traps. Yeah. Come on.
So yeah, give me.
Investigation, yeah?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so glancing around, you don't see anything.
Okay.
And you're pretty certain there's nothing that's above or below that's any spikes of any description.
It's the side.
That's the side you just
Yeah.
2 cabins.
You step deeper now, and you're all transgressing to this room. The light itself that you had dims considerably.
a little bit brighter.
You see those 4 columns, but then you notice that each of them seems to have a shallow alcove that's built into them. And there's small ceramic pots that reside inside those alcoves. You also spot on the right side of the room of one of these stone plinths that covered with half-used wax candles and a thin layer of dust that's gathered on them from centuries of neglect. Residing on the centre of the plinth is an exquisitely carved stone statue of a handsome man, wrapped in robes and adorned in a crown, similar, matching the sun helms depicted on those hieroglyphics from previously.
So
That's what you see from the moment as you step in.
Okay. And the candles are still there, though? So the candles are there.
The candles are still there, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go around and light the candles, so it's
Okay.
right. Yeah, with the torch. Just put the torch on.
Okay. So you light. So these candles that you actually light, they are in a plinth in the centre of the room, not around them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you light them, and you can see that this statue now reveals itself a bit better because the torchlight, the light from the candles, are now causing little glints in the eyes of a statue, which reveal them to be amber jewels.
I was going to say
we're not taking the jewel eyes.
No, I think we'll skip those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the way out.
Maybe on the way out. If we're running anyway.
If we find nothing.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Treasure.
Yeah.
I imagine
Stuff.
there's more there. It's too obvious.
And so there is a door the other end of the room, though, isn't there?
Yes.
And is it got the same mechanism that we had on that previous door, from what we can see?
It looks like. So on this, are you going to get closer? You'll have to get closer to investigate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you step towards the doorway, and looking at the doorway itself, it doesn't seem like there's any solution to how this one could open. there's no handle, no dial. And even when you like push against it, nothing seems to happen.
Can we have a look at those pots?
Yeah.
Jars in the alcove. I want to take one.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation.
Pot.
I'm terrible at investigating, but I'll try.
Pot.
Can someone clever do that, please?
Start drinking for it.
So as you reach for one of these pots,
I've never seen anything
and you
like
clutch it,
before.
it literally crumbles in your hand.
Oh, good.
What did you?
Norm.
And that was about
You've gotta be really
25,000
careful.
gold gone.
Well, no one can touch it.
Okay, can I have a look at one without touching it?
Yeah, use your mage. What did you get?
I did terrible. I got like 8.
Okay, so you
I'm just
also,
like,
when
ooh,
you
it's a
try and look
jar.
at one of the... You also find the pot disintegrates. The pottery just shatters from
Yeah, I'm not
centuries.
touching stuff.
Just
Is
nothing.
there anything inside?
There's only 2 remaining.
I just want to have a look with my archaeology cap on.
She's got a nerd cap.
What am I doing? Investigate.
You're just using your own hands. He's just...
I'm just looking.
Oh, you're just looking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation.
Don't want to touch it after seeing. Oh, come on.
You look at it and it disintegrates.
Yeah.
You look closer and go, oops.
12. Okay. Looking inside it, you can see little glinting in your particular part, just little glinting gold speckles at the bottom of the pot.
Maybe they used to have something in them that is no longer there.
Is there nothing in the pile of rubbish that...
Not in the plinth. It just looks like potentially this was some form of ceremonial or somewhere to pay respects, maybe.
Okay, well, it's broken down.
So in the broken ones they have, there's nothing.
Nothing in
inside.
them.
But
Can you
there
use
is-
that?
The statue. Does it turn on the plinth?
You could try.
Yeah. Can I go over and try it, see if it spins?
Yeah, you're just going to turn it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. You begin to turn it. Give me a dexterity.
It'd be a good one. 17.
Okay. So as you try and turn the statue, it moves very slightly, and then you hear, and you just manage to step back in time, and you see these 2 poison darts on the opposite side of the room go, and just fly and clang off the opposite walls, clatter onto the stone. And as you turn that statue, the doorway, it seems to just a quick rumble of gust and dust. It just seems to something happen. Not sure what.
How far have I turned the statue? A little bit.
Yeah, just very slightly.
Okay. Well, I'm like, I think we turned the statue to face the door.
Carefully.
Okay.
So we broke a pot each. You looked in one pot, so there's one pot left to look in as well, isn't there? Because there was 4.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's 4.
Can someone who's better at using their eyes than I am?
He's
Fenrir's just not good at looking at stuff.
I can have a go look with my eyes.
Yeah, have a look with your eyes.
Could I pinch Fenrir then? I'm like,
You Fenrir, you feel yourself impinged.
Can you? Could you come hold a shield?
Do investigation. Yes.
Thank you.
Maybe if you turn it the other way.
Ooh, nice. 22.
Oh, so
maybe it activated the trap because you
turned
turned
it
it
wrong
wrong
way.
way.
Maybe.
Does it spin both ways?
I'm gonna try again.
Yeah.
Okay, you try and move it again, but it gets to the point it originally was at, and then just stays.
So I keep going the way I was.
Okay, so you
there.
try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guard.
Yeah. He's
Okay, you're guarding, and you try and you get to that point that you got to before. Then it won't go any further. It's like almost like it's clicked into place.
Oh. Is the door
Something else needs to
okay?
be
So we
activated.
walk over the door. Is the door now open? Has it just broken a seal? Is it push open?
You're gonna walk over to it.
Oh.
Okay, so you just before you do that,
Yeah.
22 on the
Okay, looking into the pot itself, you can see, you're able to touch the pot. You know how to handle it better.
Gently.
And it doesn't. There's nothing in it. It's empty.
Empty. I'll call Ross say that one's empty. Maybe we used the one that's full for something. I don't know what.
And as you walk up to the door, into where the doorway is, you roll 2d10.
That's always a good start.
Choose the form of your destructor.
And choose one to be your 10s and one to be your singles.
64.
64?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you sigh with agitation. And you turn around because it just doesn't look like anything's happened. And you turn around to sort of address the rest of the group and to speak your findings. And you rest back against that doorway. There's a jolt there. And it sort of erupts up your legs and your spine as you feel yourself falling backwards. Those of you that are looking at Viatorum at this time see that the stone doorway pivots inwards. And it twists on an axle. As you fall through into another room.
Oh, that's one of those spinning doors. Go like that.
Yeah.
You can quickly brush off your armour from all the dust and sand that's now settled in. And you come back to your feet and you realise that you're standing in what appears to be a hallway. Looking around, it's 5 feet wide. And there's 3 evenly spaced sandstone archways that line the east wall. The hall, you can see, seems to veer off left, but the archways lead right into another large chamber. You can't quite tell what that room is, especially with your dark vision, other than these grey tones of stone walls.
Okay.
And that's where you're standing at this moment in time. So as you all see this happen, Felix, give me a perception.
14.
Okay. So while this all happens, there's just something that your eyes kind of dart to. Then you catch sight of something very large that's resting against the eastern wall. It looks like a stone tablet, and you kind of quickly run over and pull it away from the wall and blow and rub a thick layer of sand to reveal another pattern, a hieroglyphic. And for all intents and purposes, this tablet was left here for a reason. That's what you ascertain anyway. You scan around this gloomy room, but there's no tablet-sized depressions in the walls, and there's nothing missing from this room at all. This has been brought here from elsewhere, perhaps. And as you're scanning over the tablet, you come to realise that it looks like this.
Okay.
Try not to look at that.
Okay. Scar of his dick out.
I guess I'll hang on to this.
Ancient form of pornography.
Okay, you're gonna take the tablet.
I'll take.
I'd say the tablet it's about like a stone slab.
I'll take a rubbing.
Okay.
Of it
Okay.
with my magic quill.
Yeah. Okay.
By magic quill.
Okay. You quickly begin
Fun
to take this
drinking
rubbing.
game for everyone at home. Every time magic quill is said,
Take a shot.
And then I'll just pass it around to the guys. But then also I'm quite keen to go and see where Viatorum's gone.
Yeah.
So you also head over to this
You weren't near me.
wall as well. You see,
I don't get it.
as it's turned on this axle, you are now. You can also see what Viatorum sees. You can see the same archways, the same.
It's a monster car.
The 3 evenly spaced sandstone archways on the east wall.
I think I know that guy.
Okay.
Isn't that your brother?
Fenrir is just behind me, So, because he was shielding me as a kind of statue.
That's the queen, is it not?
Fenrir,
There's a queen.
could you go and grab the torch for me?
That's her friend, Keith.
Because there's a torch next to where the candles
How
are.
many eyes?
Okay,
So-
you go and grab one.
Yeah,
you go and
I'll
grab the
go get
torch.
And like, I'll take the torch from
He's
him,
smart.
and I just have a look in the corridor. Now it's like I've got access to it. Right?
Okay, so you can see that it looks like the through the actual archway. It looks like this room becomes sort of 50 feet wide, and in the centre of that room lies a very large statue, sharing features similar to what you saw on the hieroglyphics, how King Idrihad al-Rashid was depicted on the murals.
Okay.
And you see something beneath that statue, just glinting. You can't make out from its distance what it is. Casting the torchlight back to the end of the room, it looks like this hallway veers to the left.
Okay.
So it looks like you've got two ways.
Yeah, I step through the archway cautiously, once again, checking for traps.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
17.
17. Looking through the archway, it actually looks like it's safe.
Okay.
You can't see anything. It looks like no pressure plates.
No.
There's nothing that looks amiss. It just looks like it's been undisturbed for a long time. Are you stepping into the room?
Yeah, I'm going to head towards the statue to see what that thing's shimmering.
Okay. You get close to the statue, and you see at the very foot of that statue there's a ceremonial blade.
Cool.
It's covered in dust and sand, as you expect. It's aged bronze.
Okay, cool.
Give me a history.
What's history? Is that intelligence? Yes. Oh, not bad. 26.
Okay, really nice. So, though you don't think it's got any combat use, you think this artifact could actually be a potential relic.
Okay.
Good salvage.
And you think this could fetch around about 300 gold.
Banger. Okay. Well, I...
Bag it and tag it.
Yeah.
Bag it and
So,
tag it.
yeah, I like just pick it up gingerly and then clean it off and slip it into the old bag.
Okay.
So,
Okay, you clean off. Yeah. You take hold.
nothing written on it, nothing like that. It just,
No, it
looks
just
old,
looks
so,
like a very old ceremonial blade.
Okay, and there's nothing else in this room that as I'm darting my eyes about. Nothing.
So as you're looking past the statue now, you see that there's another stone archway that stands to the east.
Okay.
The gloom itself casts these shadows into the room ahead, and you sort of using your torch, you've got this sort of a flicker that just chases and waves away these small residuals of shadows and brings light to show that the way beyond appears safe.
Okay. So I step past the statue and see what's through that archway then.
Okay.
Are you going to start keeping a
Inventory.
log?
Yeah, I'm going to take.
You're going off by yourself, I didn't realise it.
No, I'm going to
It's
take.
not
Yeah, I
wise.
was going to say. I was going to say Fenrir's just behind me, so
Yeah.
I assume he's going to be not
We're
many
going.
steps.
So meanwhile, what the three of you do?
Well, just before we go, that last pot that's got stuff in it, just have a quick look inside, see if I can figure out what is inside it.
You can have a quick look. Okay. I won't say you need to roll again. Looking
Well, Jelly knew I
at
had
the
to
bottom
touch
of it, you see what it looks like some form of currency, roughly worth about 6 gold. It's about 6 gold coins in ancient currency.
So, I'll have them. Mark for me.
Have them.
So we'll have them. And then I go, right, I guess through the flippy door we go.
Okay, you step through.
Do I know this guy?
Just a many-eyed man.
You actually don't. But give me a history.
Yeah, awesome. 18.
Okay, 18.
His name's Dave.
It's Keith from down the street.
You don't know who it is. you don't know what it is, but taking your guess, judging from the hieroglyphics that you've read so far, or at least been explained about, you think that thing with the many eyes could be one of these shadowy creatures.
And it looks like the Queen's worshipping him, or?
It looks like a woman worshipping her.
Well, we assume it's the Queen because of the crown on her head.
Crown, flowy dress.
Yeah,
Kind
I would
of
say
looks
that
like
you're
a
kind of in the right. Yeah, your perceptions.
And he's got a book, so he's telling her something or teaching her something.
Queen was evil.
I'll
Creevil.
make a deal.
That's it. Could well be making a deal with the devil.
So, you've got that same hallway. You can see the flickering torchlight to the left, to the right, through the archway. And you can see Fenrir and Via slowly walking towards another archway. It looks like it leads into another chamber. And then you've got, up ahead of you, to the left, it looks like the hallway veers off.
I think we best stick with them for now.
Catch up with them, yeah.
Don't go wandering off by ourselves.
Okay.
That's the wise.
So are you all catching them up and following?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the three of you quickly catch up.
No, I'll stay in the other room
Oh,
and let them all die.
Don't do that.
Then go and proceed on afterwards.
We were passing the rub into your tournament so they can have a little.
Who found a guy?
And we just say, it looks like the Queen's making a deal with a demon. If I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's got eyes.
Too many.
Oh, I've seen that penny before.
Why don't you show it to your little friend? See what he makes of it.
Oh, he's gonna hate it.
Does the book, the symbol on the book, remind me of anything?
Symbol on the book?
The symbol on the book?
Oh, on there?
Yeah.
Not anything that you've seen.
Not anything that I've seen. Nothing I've come across.
No.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna show it to Squiggles.
But give me an intelligence roll, Felix.
Okay. Oh my god. It's just straight intelligence.
Huh.
8.
He hit his head coming through the door.
It doesn't seem to resonate anything.
What?
The book. The symbol on the book.
The book symbol.
I'm looking. Dave was looking at that.
No.
When you looked at it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just a book.
but it doesn't seem to.
Trigger anything.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Very nice.
So.
I'll show it to Squiggles.
Okay, so as you showed that
on
to
my back, on my
Squiggles,
shoulder.
Squiggles literally the eyes sort of go wider, and he quickly rushes behind the back of the back plate of your armor and peer around your head.
It's evil.
Squiggles is scared. I'll give him a little reassuring pat.
So
Back hug.
coming through the next archway, what am I faced with?
As you step through this archway, you enter now a medium-sized room.
Okay.
It's around 50 feet wide,
Okay.
and in the centre lies another large statue. This time, as you walk a bit further in, you see that this room now arches into a sort of symmetrical courtyard.
Okay.
So the two statues that you've now passed depict. You're guessing that someone of big importance, and as it looks like the king, this could be.
Bloody hell, this guy loves himself.
Where he rests.
Yeah.
You see these paving stones and columns that are carved with the depictions of the setting sun across the kingdom, all on the floor as you're walking. There's 4 shadow alcoves that flank a narrow opening that lead to a very large ornate golden door, which itself depicts a large sun motif that frames the king.
Okay. So there's a gold door at the end. And in the alcoves, are there like candles or like torches, or is it literally just like patterns inside the alcoves?
So they look quite standard. It looks more like just carved. There's not necessarily patterns.
Okay.
The actual patterns themselves are all on the stone slabs, all on the floor.
But it seems like a depiction of like.
Yeah, I would say that some of the sun's rays, they lift up slightly into the alcove.
Okay.
But only to depict how bright the sun was.
How bright the sun was. But moving forward, we are literally just heading towards that gold door.
Yeah. Give me a perception as you're walking further in.
14.
You, as you walk further into this symmetrical courtyard, you spot 4 glinting golden sun motifs high above you. Okay. It's just that where the torchlight just hits it, just catches your eye. Each one of these motifs seems to contain 2 golden rays, other than the very last motif that has 3.
Okay.
And each of those alcoves contains a depiction of naked humanoids being sacrificed.
Okay.
So as you pass them, where these little strange sun rays went up and disappeared, and you had darkness, as you pass them and your torchlight flickers in, you now can see that there's actually depictions of these naked humanoids been sacrificed by what you imagine to be some form of high priest in various gruesome ways. The craftsmanship is fairly crude, but yeah, it's been painted within the alcoves.
And in the ceiling, there's 4 suns, 3 with 2 rays and 1 with 3 rays.
Yeah. And you're all following, aren't you? So you're following right behind. So I'd say the two of you, give me a history.
That's better. Oh, very good. 26.
Okay.
16.
Okay, that's great for both of you. You actually, both of you, you ascertain that these statues, well, the depictions are actually over 3,000 years old. And that knowing from your vast knowledge of the Arcana, that such sacrifices were a very common magical practice during the Arcanus era. So nothing necessarily seems to be out of the ordinary when in this depiction. But give me a wisdom.
Wisdom what?
Just perception, sorry. Yes, both of you.
What is my wisdom?
Yeah, perception 8.
21.
Okay, so you're more transfixed on the thinking back to the history. There's nothing very unusual. You focus on. You focused that one of these pictures. It's had its head removed forcefully.
Oh.
Like the actual art.
Oh.
It's not a depiction of someone being cut off, but it looks like someone has.
Scrubbed out.
Yeah, it looks like it's been literally
Defaced.
scrubbed. And stranger still, this depiction's actually was of the Queen, looking at all the robes and how it matches up to the hieroglyphics.
Yeah, thinking she did something naughty, and people didn't like it.
I wonder what she could have possibly done that people would want to erase her from history. It's a question for the ages. What could it be?
To your left and right image of the walls now, you see you can see more hieroglyphics seem to be in place.
Let's go to the left.
So?
Looking at the ones to the left.
Oh yeah, sorry. Give me a history.
Oh, I actually do have proficiency.
8.
Okay. You kind of look at these hieroglyphics and sometimes it's really hard to decipher them, mainly because this is not a civilization that's vastly known. something lost for thousands of years. But there are some of the hieroglyphs that you are able to make sense of, and they seem to conjure these grand stories of the king and how he conquered many tribes to unite his people as one. What is interesting is that the depiction on one of these hieroglyphics suggests he bowed at the feet of a god, but you can't quite make out the name or the phrase that's uttered there. Felix, you can also attempt a history.
Can I do a religion check?
Yeah, you can.
Oh dear.
Why does that?
Oh dear. That's that one, but 9 with the.
It just.
But it's a 9.
It just looks like pretty pictures. It's just like lost. The intensity you had before. It's like it just doesn't make any sense what it's saying.
22.
So you don't necessarily know what it is, but with various religious texts and connotations, you are able to make out that the phrase seems to suggest that it was. It just says, "Unending beast god that burns."
Unending beast god that burns.
Sounds like a nice
It doesn't fit the description of any god you're aware of in the current pantheon.
So old.
Potentially. Yeah. It shows that this entity blessed the king with a crown of fire while the queen watched on, with her arms folded, clearly unhappy at the patronage.
So he was chosen, but she wasn't. So she
made a deal with the devil.
Made deal with someone else to get what she wanted. Potentially. I'm guessing that's the story we're kind of trying to piece together.
What a healthy relationship.
The door, then, heading towards.
I'm beginning to think he didn't die of natural causes.
A sudden illness.
Is it
I think he was killed.
like a normal looking door or another puzzle door?
I would say that as you get closer to this golden ornate doorway, you can see it does appear locked. Okay. But next to it, you do see another stone turning dial.
Okay.
The image that's etched in the in gold itself depicts a man with one hand outstretched. From the palm of his hand are rays of the sun with great feathery wings outstretched by him on his back. One of each panel of this intricate doorway. So it's split over two.
The sun's on the ceiling. Which way are they facing? They're like the rays. Which way are they facing?
So each of them generally is in the same direction.
Okay.
Give me an investigation.
Nice. 22.
Okay. So you peer closer, and under inspection you realise that the dial itself, this time, it looks like there's no crevice to suggest that it can be moved back. It can only be moved one way.
Okay. So, well, I'm going with 9.
And you're gonna...
Yeah, I'm going with 9 because the thing is I've got 3 suns with 2 beams, okay, and I got 1 with 3, so that's 9.
Okay.
So I give it a...
Okay, you begin to...
One stand back.
With the final turn, there's a heavy gust of dust that pushes from the bottom of the ornate doorway, and a rumble shakes underneath your feet. As to your surprise, you seem you were right. The doorway clicks open and splits into two. Vanishing out the side of the stone structure of the room, you're now open into a square chamber.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the three of you, are you walking towards them? You've got the other wall that you haven't deciphered yet.
I'll have a look at the other walls just in case.
Okay,
sure. The story.
Give me a history.
We're trying to piece together the story. We figure we know what's happened, but history, isn't it?
I'm helping.
Okay,
yeah,
go
I'm
for it with
basically
advantage.
just ready to
16.
henchman.
Okay.
+3 to history.
Bodyguarding.
You you scan at the other side and look at the hieroglyphics as well, and there's a mix of sort of directional elements of these hieroglyphics. So sometimes you read from across, sometimes you read from above, sometimes from diagonally. They all lead into and can tell different stories.
Right.
But you do suddenly come onto the trail of another of these glyphic stories that actually make sense. Sometimes they just, because they overlap, it just loses the train of thought. But this story catches your attention in particular as it depicts a sword surrounded by beams of light. The story suggests that the sword was imbued with this god's essence and was given the name roughly translated to Daybreaker. The blade was capable of shining the very rays of the burning sun, thus breaking even the day's light.
Chrissy, why is the table rising in front of you?
The glyphics seem to show that the sword itself stands atop a large multi-platform pyramid structure, also known as a teocalli. It's like a stacked pyramid of temples. You can read a message here as well, and it suggests that Daybreaker resides with the people of Quadishbajan in the city of Zikasha.
I'm taking it, I've not heard about these places.
Completely doesn't make any sense.
Fuck knows where that is.
It's nonsense. No threats.
I guess we'll just take a note of these places, and maybe Fizzlewick might know something about that place.
He's been around a long time.
So we found the possible location of Daybreaker in Squizzleswag and Swiggleswag.
And as you're looking at these hieroglyphics, the two of you, what, are you heading off towards the?
You were helping.
Yeah, you were helping him read. So okay, so as you were heading towards the golden ornate doorway, give me a perception as well.
10.
Okay. As you walk past some of these alcoves with these depictions in, you almost stub your boot then against something large and square, just rearing at the base, and your eyes spot another one of these stone tablets. Just like the previous one, this one's etched with a different hieroglyphic, and it's about 3 feet squared altogether. These hieroglyphics. I'm looking at it. You see this one?
Sorry, we've seen it before.
Oh, that must be. Yeah,
I'll
take a rubbing and
Okay, yeah, take a rubbing.
and show it around. Well, I guess show it to you guys because I was following after you.
Yeah, so as you
It's like
as you sort of go over you walk towards them.
Of the skull that we came in.
Wow. Cool.
Baller.
The three of you step inside. I take it you're stepping
No,
inside.
well, I'm gonna look in. Like take a step in.
Okay, you take a step in, and you see at the at the centre of this 25-foot square chamber lies an ornate stone coffin depicting a short-haired man adorned in golden ceremonial vestiges, lying with his arms crossed. Each hand in those crossed arms grasps a golden sceptre, just in stone. I get excited. Large leathered wings seem to spread outwards from his back, whether for show or perhaps a hint at his race. You're completely unsure. The lid of this stone sarcophagus appears like it's not been opened.
Is there anything else in the room, or is it just a sarcophagus in the middle?
It literally just seems to be the sarcophagus in the middle, And at the foot of the sarcophagus, you can see another strange-looking stone tablet.
I think we'll look at the tablet
Maybe
first.
get Phoenix tablet. Do a rubbing of that one as well.
Yeah, some list of instructions on how to sort all the traps on the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm just going to hedge my bet slightly.
Also, those like 3 little archway bits before we go into
Yes, we
main room.
we do have the other way to go. Yes.
We could have a quick little look in there in case there's anything useful.
Okay.
In case
I'll
we
have a quick look
walk
at this
into-
tablet then, and then.
I'm going to quickly have a look. Okay. So you pry back the tablet. And it, just like the other two, there is something depicted on here.
Oh.
Someone's got a Bible.
Describe for the audience what you see.
That guy.
2 people worshipping a man with a cow head, and there's like
Fire.
maybe water and fire symbol, maybe air and fire.
Interesting.
Okay. Here's Anne.
To the collection.
Okay.
Is there anything like with a science staff with the sarcophagus?
Oh, the Cow King, I know him.
Does it look like it's just been sort of like left here, like nothing else has like disturbed the ground around it?
Nothing else looks like it's been disturbed.
I'm taking it this is the beast gold or whatever it is, probably.
Putting 2 and 2 together, yeah, it seems to suggest that.
I talked to Felix and Fenrir as they're in the same room with me. Felix, this is probably a question for both of you. Do you usually open these? Because from a historical point of view, you'd probably like to know that there is something in it. But from a religious point of view, would this be sort of
grave
sacrilege?
I feel like it would be quite disrespectful.
Yes. What's your thoughts on it, Felix?
Can I just
crack it open? He's having
mid doing
My thoughts?
Yeah. I want to just have a closer look at the effigy on the top of it.
Okay.
Do I see if I recognise who it is? Or?
By all means, yeah, give a quick history.
History. Oh my god, what's going on now?
You know
It was
nothing
alright
today.
earlier
I was
on.
going to say, you need
It's
a new,
Jesus.
you need a new D20 kit.
13.
Okay, so the effigy that's on the sarcophagus, it doesn't necessarily look like the king, but in your research of tombs and temples, this is a very important effigy. It's usually one that's, in some cultures, have a consistently appearing sculpture or figure, which is usually reserved for those high up, those important. So everything seems to pinpoint that the receptors that this effigy is holding is in fact royalty.
One of the sons?
Maybe.
Could be one
The
of
scholar's
some.
son?
Maybe.
I reckon he's a bit dodgy.
Potentially, yes.
If I had to pin a story together, I reckon King and the Queen didn't really get on. She was jealous of his power that was given by this cow god, whoever he is. So she went and seeked out her own power, some demon thing. Now the other 4 sons just followed what their father wanted to do and went, raiding lands, making their thing. The other son, I think, sided with the mother.
Possibly.
Potentially.
The hieroglyphs did
Some sort of deal that
insinuate
she
that
made,
the queen was
maybe
loved.
to give him something. Maybe make him the next king. Let's think about it. King dies, someone's got to be the heir.
It's got to be
She's
one
got
of-
the son on that side. She ain't going to want the other 4 to take over.
Well, she was embracing the 4 while the
Yeah.
scholarly one looked on.
Yeah.
And the hieroglyphs depicted that the queen was loved by her people.
Not on this one.
Well, I'm starting.
Not when she had her head scrubbed,
I'm starting to think the quickest way to solve this. I'm not saying we take the guy out and take him for a walk. I'm saying just lift the lid slightly and just have a quick. Hello, who is it?
Shall we chew it over while we check the other room?
Let's check the other room. The thing is, it might be worth giving your big guy a bit of a.
And
We'd pick up one of the Skype spiders.
Yeah, Skype spiders. oh, that. Yeah.
There's Gideon there.
Yeah.
Need a quick chat.
What did you dick?
There's nothing else in the room, is there? We've checked.
Yeah, you checked.
Tablet.
No, apart from the tablet, I didn't see anything.
Right. So
you. Yeah. You. All you know is that this sarcophagus doesn't look as grand or befitting to a king, but it does suggest that it's someone. And there's nothing else.
There's probably one of his sons, or
there's nothing else which is potentially telling you any different, and there's nothing else in the room that takes your fancy.
Okay.
Out of character.
We can come back to it.
Yes.
I could probably speak to this guy if his head's intact.
Hey, who are you?
Wake up! Hello. Yes. Well,
I've got to speak with Dad.
I suggest to the group. Well, why don't we carry on checking the everywhere else? All the doors are open, so if we want to make a fleeting journey back here, we can on the way out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much time has passed?
I'd say up to this point, about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Since we've come in.
Yeah.
Oh, loads.
Zipping around this place.
So yeah. So back out through chamber 1, 2, 3 into that corridor.
Yeah.
Because those archways led into that one room, didn't they?
Yeah, the archway veered off to the left.
Yeah.
Heading off to.
We had the archways on the right that we went through.
Yep.
But then we've got archways to the.
It was not archway, it's more of a. It just looks like a left turning.
Turn.
Yeah.
I go corridor turn then. See what's down there.
Okay.
Torch in hand.
Following it.
Yeah, follow.
Oh, he's going off somewhere.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. You head down towards the left corridor into potentially the unknown and what's ahead. And that's where we're going to hold it tonight.
Oh, we've turned a corner.
Yes, you've turned a corner on your investigations in this tomb.
Taking a left.
What does it all mean? Find out next week.
Hopefully.
Why is this cow sitting down?
Yeah.
It's like the cow that was standing
Told
up.
you about cows before.
So many mysteries.
Maybe ask that guy in the inn. Maybe he knows him. Maybe it's his brother.
Don't assume all Minotaurs know each other.
That's Minotaur.
Oh yeah, that's Steve. That.
That's Minotaur racism.
He was a god.
Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
neck deep in the
deep in
proverbial
tombs,
tomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
No
Thanks.
one's dead.
No.
Yet.
Well, that guy in the golf case.
Well, he is. But
There
he
is
was anyway.
precisely,
That's fine.
so far, one dead person.
yeah, and that's the right amount of dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're doing all right.
Cool.
It's taken a long
well.
time to find a single dead person in this crypt.
Yeah. But we have found one.
Yeah.
I wonder why their civilization collapsed. They spent the entire economy on one burial site.
Been in one crypt.
And now we're going to pay the gold and put it on the ground.
Yeah, it's not very practical.
Well, that's all we got time for. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Give us your money so that we can make ourselves golden super grapes.
Super great.
See you next time.
Bye.
Channel
Bye.
Design.
All right.